basement because I was trying to not sit in this ugly background, but hell, it is what it is.
Blur it out. Like I got mine.
Oh, how you did that?
I went to settings and then you can go to virtual background. Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that a lot. Look at the Lord. All right. Now, I hope we ain't echoing like KCS. I surely hope we're not. I really genuinely hate that. Okay, it says that people are here. Sorry, y'all. We just can't. We just had to. Okay, somebody said there's no echo. Let me turn that off. Sorry, that was my phone. Okay, let's get into it because Lord knows the time is far spent. So, what you gotta say? What you gotta say? How are you doing this week?
I'm here. Anybody glad about it? I got a testimony to tell. My God.
Don't you got a testimony to tell? Somebody said crystal clear. How?
You take me from blurry to clear.
Blurry from confusion to clarity. My God.
Well, anyway. Hey y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Do you want to play a quick game?
I love games. You know I love a game.
Okay. We're going to play Never Have I Ever Church Edition. So what happens is you're going to put up 5 fingers, Leah.
I got 5. I do.
And then we're going to see how quick it is.
I need 10. You know I need 10 because you know I need 10. Oh, thank y'all. We love y'all too. We can finally see the comments this time too, which is lovely. Somebody said, I love you, ladies. Keep doing what you're doing. I share you to all my young adults. We love that. Thank y'all so much. All right. They coming up. Y'all trickle back in. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Okay. I got 5 fingers. I got them. Come on.
Okay. You ready? All right. The first one is never have I ever fought in church.
Wait, finger down if I haven't, or finger down if I did.
Finger down if you have.
Oh no, I didn't. I never fought in church. I never did. Wait. Who you fought?
I fought this girl during Bible study.
What? You fought her at Bible study?
Yes, I would say her name.
You won?
And then drug her.
Okay. Never have I ever. Never have I ever dated an aux player.
How about this? I had a baby with one.
Oh no. I hate that. Oh, your fingers almost gone. We gotta get.
Never have I ever got a whooping in church.
Oh, you know that. I need to put 2 because I done got too many whoopings. Y'all, my mama whooped my A. Okay. Never have I ever. Oh, what is it? Never have I ever got in a $500 line. Wait. Send me $20.
I was trying to break a generational curse.
They got your 500.
Yes, child. Okay. Never have I ever farted while shouting.
Wait, I'm in tears. Wait, please.
Leah, shut up. You got a big booty. I know you be firing when you shout. Girl, you don't farting.
Wait, please. I have never broke the wind.
Girl, you don't farted either.
I might have broke a little just said break that generational curse. Hey, it is Tequila Tuesday. Sorry. All right. Okay. Wait. You just did one. Oh, never have I ever. You got your other hand. How many I got left? 3. Okay. Never have I. Never have I ever. I don't know. Never have I ever. Oh, never have I ever dated a deacon. I ain't never dated one of those. Now, if you put a finger down. Okay.
My finger is not. Okay, never have I ever left church to do okay, never have I ever left church for a sneaky link.
Oh, I might as well put the rest down. How sneaky though? I mean, it wasn't really that sneaky. It really wasn't that sneaky. Oh yeah, I'm in tears, literally. What the freak? Okay, I'm already crying. Like, I'm already in tears. Okay. Wait. I feel like I gotta know. Oh, never have I ever came in the church, walked in the church, even when the usher told me not to. Oh, yeah.
First of all, I'm the PK, so I can do whatever the hell I want to do.
You see what name is on this shirt? I'll sign your check.
Let me in this church or you won't have a job next week.
How about that? Turn your pen in.
Stop playing with me, Shaniqua. Okay, never have I ever either threw up or fell out during altar call.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long podcast. I cannot stop laughing. What? Wait, you threw up?
I don't know if it was because I was purging or I was pregnant. One of the two. I have freaking passed out, but I don't think I ever regurged.
Oh, somebody said you gotta say purge. They said purging.
Purging.
You purging. Okay. Oh, wait. Never have I ever dated the assistant pastor. Oh, I like that. Period. Head passes only. Period.
Never have I ever dated another pastor's son.
I don't know. I don't think I ever dated a pastor's son. They be the grandson. You know, they be like my granddaddy a pastor. Niggas love saying, men love saying that. They love saying their granddaddy a pastor. It don't count. You're not a PK. I'm sorry.
Because it actually skipped your generation, so no.
Yeah, no. Anybody got a never have I ever in the comments? We trying to.
I got one. Never have I ever took a boyfriend to church. Never have I ever took a boyfriend to church and he called the Holy Ghost.
Okay, let me tell you this. I gotta put a finger down. And when I tell you it was the most startling experience I've ever had. And when I tell y'all he was from the north, like where I'm from, they call him. He was from the north. Mm-hmm. He had a nickname like and everything, like Young, like one of them nicknames that start with Young. Like Young B, Young L.
Was it Young Saint?
And see, I wanted to date, but my dad, he was like, the only way you can date is if like the boy come to church. So my dad, we done scoop him up on the van. Can you imagine?
Oh God, church van.
My daddy was like, I was like, can we just drive the Escalade? We can just take the town. My daddy put us on that van, and do you know? And the van was raggedy. You can hear it coming from down the street.
My dad used to love. My dad had one of them red caravan trucks. Used to love picking up the youth in the truck and take us. Stop! This is embarrassing.
I'm in tears. Somebody said swipe a couple dollars from the collection plate. Are you kidding me? Okay, I hate that. I never did that. That van is
crazy. Have you ever kissed the boy at church?
A lot more than that. Okay, we gotta stop this.
Okay, I got a question. Leah, have you ever been sitting by somebody in church, like an old lady or a deaconess or evangelist or a grandma or somebody, and when they got up as a kid, have you ever sniffed
Yes,
AC?
it always be stank. It always be stank. It always be stank.
I thought it was just me that used to sniff the seat.
Ain't nobody said we did. We knocked the booze, but we did. We went past first base. We didn't kiss like we tongue kiss. Duh.
Oh, Jessie said, she has a confession.
You got a confession, and we want to hear it. And we want to hear it. Tell us now. Somebody comment straight faces. Lord Jesus. I'm sorry, y'all. We might be a little too radical with our message tonight.
We might be radical with our praise.
I'm telling you. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, never have I ever been singing on the praise team and sung the wrong part. You did. I know you did. I know you did. I know you did. I know you did. Period.
Probably did.
Somebody said their confession is I've had sex in church twice in the youth room. Oh, it's getting spicy tonight. It's like this church.
I love this kind of church. Yeah.
Cartwright said this is the real good Judy podcast. Yeah, this uncut. This terrible. I hate that y'all had to catch us on a night such as this.
Sorry.
Okay, when you had sex in the church room, did you at least lock the door?
Wait, did you repent?
Oh, dang, I forgot all about that. Did you repent? Are you sad about it? Somebody said what? Somebody said get the altar together. Okay.
I said not sunshine band sex. You kidding me?
Wait a minute. Was it a little pig?
Nah, I did almost do it on a trip, a church trip.
No, not do the church band count? Do having sex with church band count? Not to say that I did it, but I'm just saying do it count?
Yes, and it was while we were cleaning for Holy Convocation. Well, at least you got it out before the convocation came to clean up everything.
Was it two in the same sitting? 2 times in like the same in one serving? And one serving? 2 in one serving, or did y'all do it 2 separate times? Oh, and it was with 2 PKs. It was a threesome. It was with 2 PKs who were best. It was an orgy. Oh Lord! Wait.
Well, the Bible do say where there's 2 or 3 gathered.
I don't want to know what happened when it's 4 or 5 gathered.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I used to drive them all the time. Wow.
They said we used to all dry hump on the church bus. My God, that dry hump.
You said yep about an hour apart. Desi must be a guy.
Is Desi a guy? Oh yeah, Desi is a guy. His picture looks like his Abby look like a guy. It looks like he got a snapback on.
It's like he a drug dealer. He probably got a blunt.
No, he's probably a drummer. He probably one of them nasty drummers.
He got a blunt.
He got a blunt.
He got a blunt in his Abby. A small one.
I hate that. So y'all, please don't dry hump in the church now. At this big age we are, we don't got to do it. We don't got to do that. But why, David? Oh my God. Y'all, I'm so glad we can read the comments because this is so much fun. Okay, you got another never have I ever? I think that's all the nevers I nevered.
Yeah, I don't think I've done anything else. You remember we used to go to? Have you ever beef with another? Okay, my dad used to go preach at certain churches like quarterly. You ever have?
Don't you love that? You have a church that you know that you're going to. You know.
Y'all like grow up together, but you don't like their family.
Who's a woman? Wait, who is a woman? Wait, is Desi a girl? Oh, Desi's a girl.
Desi, you a city girl, okay?
What are you, a stud? Elise? A stud? Yeah. like a book bag wearing one.
No. That's you might need to join us because
We
we
so
need to
sorry.
see
I'm
you.
so sorry. I thought it
We
might have been Desi, like not Des Babes. I'm so sorry. We so sorry. I'm sorry because your picture, I couldn't
Is
really
this
tell.
for Destiny or Desiree or
Dion.
Desmond?
Desmond, that's a good one. I couldn't think. That's a good one.
She
We
said,
so
y'all
sorry,
fine.
Desi.
Thank
You
you, girl.
thank you, girl. Our girl. Period. Okay, but
Desi, you got to DM us. We need to have a FaceTime with you.
bruh, it's no way
We
it's
need
no way.
details.
No, we need glasses. I need some of your bifocals. Okay, you want to go to these Q&As? Y'all send us some Q&As.
Yes, let's go.
All right, let me ask you some of these Q&As. Y'all sent some Q&A. I'm gonna start with the most basic Q&A that we got sent. Some people sent their questions anonymously. So it said, "What inspired the Good Judy podcast?" I'm gonna let Shanice answer because it's kind of her brainchild. So go ahead.
Well, back in 2018, I had the idea to do this like unorthodox podcast with 4 people, and it's kind of like 106 in Part meets Teen Summit meets Oprah, all other stuff, and we just talk about things that with our culture or whatever, not necessarily Christian. But fast forward to earlier this year, the idea came about when Leah was visiting me in Vegas. And basically the inspiration is just being able to challenge certain perspectives and thought processes when it comes to our culture and our generation. It kind of gradually became more Christian based, but I do give the disclaimer that we aren't necessarily just a church. Now, we're not going to be talking about vulgar stuff anymore because, to be honest with y'all, when we first started, we was talking about all kinds of stuff. Like, so if you see some old clips, don't charge us.
What's the craziest thing we talked about? What's the craziest thing we ever talked about? Without giving it all away, without saying the whole thing. Do you remember that time when we was talking about if girls should eat the
what? We was talking about a lot. And the thing is, the reason why I'm saying this is because there are old clips out there. And once you put stuff on the internet, it can never, and I don't want this to come back up because now we always been church girls. So nobody can ever just say we just gradually wanted to have this church mentality trying to get money off the church. It just gradually became that. We didn't want to be like that at first, but we are PKs, we are church girls, we love God and all that stuff like that. But we definitely want to just talk about unorthodox topics because we talk about this stuff all the time, from co-parenting, from music, from dating, from whatever. But to be honest with you, church is funny as hell. And the things that happen in our culture and in church can spark other conversations. So I am grateful that the podcast organically took a turn. Because honestly, our first video that went viral, we were judging pastors, and we honestly wasn't just judging pastors. We was talking about all types of levels of fine for dudes, and we went to
that clip out.
Yeah, we went to pastors, and people was calling us church whores. They was calling us bastards. They was calling us all kinds of things. Ugly buffoons.
Somebody said, "You are not your past and don't need anyone's permission to grow, change, and evolve." Somebody said, "I think it's brilliant what y'all are doing. That's what's needed." You see some of the craziest things in the church. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all.
You know, honestly, God did give me a scriptural base that everything he does is good. You know what I'm saying? So I think when y'all see our merch, Good Judy's is just basically a good friend. And our podcast, we want to be a safe space for artists, for Christians, for women, for men, for LGBT community to just come and talk. We have an unbiased, unorthodox, very unpopular opinion in most cases. And we just want to provide a safe platform for people to come talk to us and feel safe without being judged, without being overlooked, without being overtalked and things like that. So the Good Judy podcast is just that. And, you know, y'all see more scriptural based things that God has deposited in me and our merch that's coming out. And when we do this live podcast tour, you guys will be able to really see more of our heart, me and Leah's heart, and what we really want to do starting next spring. So thank y'all so much for the love.
Love it here. We love y'all so much. Like I don't know if we can really explain like how much y'all support really means to us. Like it drives us, it lifts us up on the days when we like, maybe should we be doing this? Should we do this? Like
seriously, because growing up, like the things that we both went through, the only thing I would change, I wouldn't change the stuff that I went through because it's made me stronger, but I wish I had a good Judy or a friend that I could go to and talk to about the things that I was going through, even if they don't always have the solution, because we may not always have the solution, but we will always have space and opportunity for people to talk. And I think in church, that's just all that some churches are missing, the capacity to listen and for people to be able to just talk.
Yeah, without trying to fix their problem, because everybody doesn't want everybody doesn't need to be fixed, but people do want to be heard and understood. Yeah. So I love that. Do you want another question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. So I think somebody wants to ask you specifically, how was it singing background vocals for Mr. Ty Trebet?
It was horrible. No, I'm just kidding.
It was the worst thing I've ever done.
I actually hate it. No, like when people ask me stuff like this, I'm like, what am I supposed to say? He was the scum between my toes. I mean, how would you feel, singing for Ty? Like, it's just crazy how it came about. Like, I've known Ty I had known him for quite a while prior to singing for him. But the crazy thing is I had just signed to RCA, but I had posted a video. I've always been a major fan of Ty, but I posted a video of him on my Instagram. And back then, I don't think you could tag people. I don't know how it was. I posted an old clip of some old unreleased songs of his. And I was just like, yo, like, I missed this. Like, what's going on? And he hit me up and was like, yo, I got a spot for a temporary spot. My sister pregnant. Can you come fill in for a few gigs? And I was like, nah. And I did that. And
you said nah, for real?
Nah, I say yeah. I'm like, what you think? Yes, whatever it is. It was crazy because around that time I had just had my baby. I was in an emotional, sometimes physically abusive relationship at the time. And I just wanted out. And I think God provided an escape for me through Ty. And I was able to grow as a musician, grow as a vocalist, grow financially, grow as a woman. The experience was absolutely phenomenal. One thing I can say, it actually opened my eyes to industry. Because at that time I was kind of like naive to the industry part of stuff because I grew up in church. So I knew church culture. But going on certain things like Celebration of Gospel and Bobby Jones and seeing how that dynamic is, like seeing your favorite gospel artist treat you differently. Like a lot of them are very.
That happens. Like, is there an extreme difference between like industry versus church?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. and the thing is, like, it's such. And now that I sing for John Legend, and you go backstage and you meet some of these celebrities that aren't in church, and they act and they treat you better than church people or gospel artists. Right. That's when it's just like, yo, like, wow, like,
and paying you way more.
Yeah. It was such a culture shock for me. And I think the little church girl in me was hurt, but I had to grow up and figure out, like, okay, these are real people and they not just on the TV no more. They are arms length.
Right here, yeah.
And then the crazy thing is at Celebration of Gospel, a big artist treated some of me and the background singers, 2 artists, one Sunday Best, I won't say his name, but he like rolled his eyes at us, closed the elevator, and was very rude to us. It was me, Ty's sister, and another background singer. And he actually was a winner on Sunday Best. And then when he found out who we were, he tried to backtrack and fix how he was treating us. It's kind of like if you're not in the club or if you're not with the who's who, they'll treat you like you don't matter. And I think that was one of the things that I didn't like. But as far as singing with Ty, it was amazing, an amazing experience. He's a genius. You can't take
that's a shame. It is.
To be honest, Kim Burrell seems like she's one of the bougie gospel artists.
Y'all, let me just say this, and I really want to. I hate that I have to play devil's advocate with Kim Burrell. I don't know what I feel like is. I don't know what I feel towards Kim Burrell, but I can. It's not hate. I don't know if it's. I don't know what it is. Like I don't know. I can't hate her, and I don't even feel like she's bougie. I don't know what I feel, but I feel like she's what a lot of church figures are. You know, just stuck in a pattern.
I'll say this: you will be surprised that, and another thing that I feel like has made it easier for people to perpetrate and put a mask on is social media, because you could be whatever the hell you want to be on there. You could be the nice girl you want to. You can scream, you can put out a song called that. Yeah, and I'm just saying this. Yeah, some of y'all faves are really mean girls and mean dudes in real life. And it's unfortunate, but the people that you think are mean are sweet as pie. It's just they don't fake it. And I think that's what it is with gospel. It's kind of like we assume that people are just so sweet because of the music that they put out or the image that they portray. But I would say this. I would say this. Like, I can't really speak to some of the things that she's done online because I think it's deplorable.
Truly, I do that.
But I can attest to meeting her on multiple occasions. But then again, I'm speaking from a space where I met her as Tweet's daughter. You know what I'm saying? So I think certain people treat you based on who you are and what you do. But I know people that aren't necessarily a big name that have had great experiences with her. So I really just I don't know.
Look at the comments. They talking about, did you change your pic? Change your profile pic. You change your profile pic.
Okay, now I gotta ask you a question, Leah.
Go ahead. I'm here for it.
Growing up, being a preacher's daughter and having kids, what's your take on that?
Y'all, okay, I think that I have to answer this question oddly because I was not in a space, like I was 18 when I had a kid, and my mom doesn't have an extremely huge ministry. And at the time when I had a child, I kind of was in the space where I was like, okay, I don't care what anybody thinks about me afterwards. Now, of course, I had to go in front of my church and do everything else, but by the time it was time for me to have the baby, like I had kind of had to put myself in a mind frame, like, okay, I don't care what they think because I know they think ill of me anyways. In regards to my mom, I know it was a struggle for her, you know, to try to explain it to her congregation. And although my mom she's kind of lenient, she's still like by the book, like by the Bible. She's a Bible preaching type of pastor. Yeah. So it was hard in that regard, but I really got in my head, I'm pregnant now. There's nothing I can do about it. Mm-hmm. So the baby is a gift. I hate to sound cliche, but my kids, they are a gift. And that's what really brought me back to church and brought me back to God and, as in full circle idea of it. But yeah, I don't have too much insight to that because when I had my baby, like I was in such of a mind frame, like, I don't care. Church, I don't care. Because I knew at that point, I started to see everybody's having sex, See,
like, that's my thing. Here's my thing with it. It's like, they quiet when they know you screwing, but long as you don't get pregnant, and then that's when everybody's up in arms about it. But it's just like, why don't we try to keep kids from having sex, or at least teach them how to have protected sex? Talk about birth control. Talk about preventative things. Actually love your kids. Maybe girls won't go out and chase
that. Imagine that. And this is what I want to ask you too.
Stop ignoring your daughters.
How about that? And this is another thing about church and sex that I don't really like. I hate that the church treats sex like a dirty reward.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't like that.
I understand. And guess what? I love it. Okay. But here's my thing. It's like, I want us to stop having deliverance services and having all these prayer breakfasts and all these nice brunches when it's really Mean Girls, and actually love on these young women. Actually give them something to look forward to. Build their self-esteem. Stop overlooking them. Listen to them.
If you see them being fast, stop calling them whores. If you see them going down a path that might not be right, talk to them. Don't call them.
Here's another thing that I found out, and I was just like, okay, wait a minute. When I got older, I noticed that a lot of these evangelists are just recovering hoes. Tell us Tell them how you was slanging that
Let me
puss.
tell you what, and what they really see, they see a little hole in you, and they recognize that little hole in you. They recognize, they see that, they feel that, they recognize that little hole in you. But what I wanted to ask you also is, did you feel like when you growing up, like in a, did you grow up in a small church or like a close knit church almost?
It wasn't mega, but it was a decent size. Like my dad's church was a decent size, but my church in New York was
Jesus.
big.
So
But
when
when
you,
we moved to Florida, it was small.
Jesus, so when you ended up getting pregnant, like how did your accountability, like how did that go with that, like with your
I got
dad?
sat down.
Jesus.
Yeah, I got sat down. I had to sit in the front of the church, which was so dumb to me because the guy that I got pregnant by, my oldest son's dad, was one of the main musicians at the church or whatever. And mind you, I had started going to the church way after we started dating. So I had joined the church, and so these people really didn't know me like that. They just knew who my mom was, but I felt like they was trying to make an example of me. So
Right.
we already was staying together, not living together, but he would come to my place. We already were sexually active before I even joined the church. So when I got pregnant, I honestly felt like, all right, we're gonna make an example out of her. They would make me and him sit in the front of the church, but on opposite ends of the church,
Did you
which is
ever
so.
consider not going? Like, did you ever consider, like, I don't have to go to church, like I could just stop?
After I had my son, what's crazy is, let me just say this. What was so hurtful was the fact that I would have to walk from the back of the church all the way to the front, and it was kind of like you could hear people giggling, hear people talking about me, just hear the eyes. It was just a
Yeah.
certain finger put on me. We couldn't, it was just this sense of control. And mind you, my father was so supportive. His church was so supportive because
Right.
I believe that stuff, when you implement corrective things, it's not meant to embarrass somebody. And I felt like sitting me down the way that I was set down, I wasn't active in the ministry at the time. So I just literally didn't understand why my rebuke and my sitting down was such a big thing, because I wasn't a praise and worship leader anymore. I wasn't on a praise team. I barely sung in the choir. So why is all of this?
Yeah. Did
Like,
you feel like it was a personal, like, vendetta
yes,
against you?
I felt like it was a personal vendetta. I just, because of who he was and who the pastor wanted, it was
Yeah.
just too much, So remember how I was like, they'll save their spiritual son if they if they're a musician, but you kind of like
We have
collateral damage.
altos we can replace, but we can't replace this. You just
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I didn't feel loved or seen by my pastor until like shortly after I had Aiden, maybe 3 or 4 months. That's when I started singing for Ty, and that's when I became a daughter of the house. That's when I became.
So what did you do, like, after you was big popping? Like, after you like, okay, I'm with Ty now. What did you do? Like, did you give him your butt to kiss? Like, did you do Cause baby, I can imagine coming over in that church with my sweater. Yeah, let's.
I stuck around for a little bit because I think a part of me still wanted to please. I was a people pleaser in the beginning. And a part of me still wanted that validation. When you join a church, I'm that type of person just naturally. When I'm in a relationship, when I'm in a friendship, when I'm in anything, back then I would just want to people please. I never wanted to disappoint the people that I was connected to. So for me, it was just like, oh, now I'm a daughter. Okay, now he sees me. Now he loves me. Now he doesn't hate me because I'm dating his spiritual son. Like, okay, whatever. And I feel seen, but even that, I couldn't fake it enough because I'm like, y'all only like me now because I'm signed to a record label and I sing for Ty. Then it became, can you get Ty to sing at the church? Can you get us tickets to this? Can you do this and that? But it wasn't necessarily about my soul anymore, or even my child's soul.
Wow.
And it was just like some people were just married to the thought of just not liking me at that church, and I didn't feel safe anymore. And that's why I want to say, I want to denounce this whole church hopping mentality. People, if a church, just like in a relationship, if you're not being fed, if you're not growing there, if you don't feel safe there spiritually, emotionally, physically, leave.
I don't care how many generations. I don't care. Leave. Please leave.
Baby, long as you leave gracefully, and sometimes if they don't handle you gracefully, you don't owe them nothing.
Listen,
That pisses me off so much, calling people church hoppers. Treat people right.
And maybe they won't have to hop from church. This is the thing. As many times as a person has to leave to be in the right place, I don't care. Do your thing, hippity hop, jump from, leapfrog, do what you gotta do.
Jump frog.
Let me see some of these comments. People said, and the thing about the church today, let me see if I can show this. Yes. And the thing about the church today is the fact that some of the things that people do outside of the church are done in the church. It's nothing is said or done about it. Very, very true. Yeah. There's a very big, let me see. I know a madam that's still practicing, a church mother. A madam? Do that mean prostitute?
No, she houses the prostitutes. I like this comment. It says, church girls are bred to please other people and perform for acceptance. We as women or gays are never celebrated, just used for gifts. Yes, and trophies. And it is what it is. And we can call it out and call it spade a spade.
And that's even with how parents set their daughters up to want to marry, like groom them to marry pastors. That is very true. That's very true. Somebody said, my mom said the same thing. I'll leave and we'll have to wait to see what church I will feel right. Okay.
I literally had to pray that God sent me, and it honestly took me 2 churches until I honestly still don't know if I'm planted where I need to be. It's always something, because I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, you're never going to find the perfect pastor, but you have to check off the things that you need. That's why you have to be in tune with your spirit and where you are right now and what's feeding you to the best of the ability, because none of these pastors are perfect. All of them are flawed. Hell, we're flawed. And I think sometimes we go to church looking for things that the pastors don't have the capacity to feed us. Absolutely. And get disappointed. But for the most part, like, that's why I don't get close to pastors anymore. I pay my tithes. I go, I worship God for myself. I corporately deal with what I need to do, but I don't think I ever want to be in no praise team. Never really.
That familiarity will keep you in a place just because of your relationship, your personal relationship where your spirit is not being fed. Yeah. And that's why I can't, and it's fine if y'all do it. If you want to call your pastor daddy, mama, that's fine. But I just can't.
It's about unspeaking expectations. Like, I probably will never call another pastor a spiritual father. I have a father in the natural, and I think for the longest I was trying to replace my natural father because of unresolved issues within myself from being a little girl that was hurt. And I said, you know what? You're not my dad, spiritually or naturally. So just preach the word of God. I don't have no expectations for no man that I call pastor no more. Do what you need to do. If you mishandle, but if you leave, you don't change anything. Sometimes God planned you for just that reason. Yeah. And when I was mishandled, God had to root me up and get me out of there.
Yeah, I just can't imagine. I can't imagine sitting myself, planting myself where I'm in mental turmoil. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, even if it's for a reason, like,
the roots are dead. The ground isn't fertile anymore. You're not growing. So why do you keep sowing into something where you're not growing? And sometimes pastors just need to be honest and say, guess what? I don't even like you as a person. So you know how, like, you can work at a Fortune 500 company and say, for instance, your sister worked there or somebody else worked there, and it's like a conflict of interest. I think sometimes there's conflict of interest when it comes to these churches and the pastors, and people have to have realistic conversations. Sometimes the pastors don't like people that be in the pews.
Man,
they don't want to pastor you. And they need to be honest. Like, I don't want to pastor you. It's time for you to go.
I'm not a people person. I don't like people. I'm not outgoing. Yeah. My personality is not such as that. You know what I'm saying? I don't, and I feel like I'm called to lead, but I don't know how to talk to people. And I feel like if we start having conversations like that, somebody said, no, you choose to stop running. I think that's to leaving the church. This is the thing. To say somebody
I don't consider it running. This is when I consider it running. Let me just give you this thing. Okay. For example, I'm a praise and worship leader. I moved to Texas. And because I was a praise and worship leader in DC, I joined a church, and in 2 weeks, I expect to get a mic. I expect to get an office. I expect to be a leader in Texas like I was in DC, and the pastor says, no, you have to go to leadership. This is not the order of my house. You have to 6-month waiting period. And then I say, you know what? That's not how it is. So I'm going to keep hopping to a church until I get leadership, until I get a leadership role. That's church hopping. That's not healthy. But leaving a place that's not feeding you spiritually, that's abusive, is not church hopping, in my opinion. Church hopping is when you want attention and when you leave one church base because your selfish desires aren't being met. That's church hopping. When you want to be a prophetess because you feel like God called you to be a prophet and the pastor said no. So now you're going to start your own church. That's church hopping. That's unhealthy. But I'm not going to stay nowhere. No relationship. I don't even stay in no friendship, no family ship, no school, nowhere. That's not the word of God. I don't care about all that. I don't even
sit in the booth if I want a table.
Call me Bugs Bunny because I don't.
But no, okay, let me give you the next question. Let me give you the next question so we can get off this church hopping. All right. Somebody wants to talk about returning back to the church after being in the world for a while.
I'm still in the world.
Okay, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say, y'all, if y'all looking for a guide on how to return back into the church strong, how to really be deep in your word,
go to Millions, Billions, and Trillions. Right. We'll send you the link to Sarah Jakes.
I swear, I promise you, Woman Evolve it's open all next year. They got backstage pages. This is literally like church for dummies. Like, this is Christianity for dummies. Like, right now, we literally are trying to find like our way, back into, like, we're trying to find our way back. Of course, we never lost our relationship with God, but to come back into the church is a totally different program.
Yeah, I'll say this. I think for the most part, one thing that I've noticed, church builds you to be good for a role in the title and just good for the needs to keep the church building open.
In general, just for service.
Yeah, but church doesn't necessarily always, I'm not going to say all the time or all church, it doesn't always make us good people or have certain things in place to make us thrive as a people. So I'll say for me, leaving church was so necessary, regardless of the reason. Mind you, disclaimer, neither one of us are still hurt or harping off of that. I still love the pastor that set me down. I honor him. I honor the other pastor that played in my face.
You got a nugget head, but I honor him.
I would say this, leaving church for me, I didn't necessarily just run in the arms of the world. I actually ran to God. And let's just say that I'm not in the world. I just ran to God and I started to put practical things in place. And I learned things about myself and my relationship with God that I never felt like I had the space to learn, because I felt like church and religion was something that I was forced upon. Being a PK and growing up in a Christian household, it was like, this is the way we live. We go to church. We go to prayer. My grandmother's in a prayer band. My grandma's an evangelist. She was the choir director. She preached. My dad was a bishop. So for me, it was like, I got to step back from this because certain things isn't adding up and I need to know God. So for me, I took that time and those years to really focus on my relationship with God and get instruction from him on how to be a better woman, a better friend, a better mother, get instruct, because the Holy Spirit, like Marquise said, the Holy Spirit is always based on tell you what to do in church. It tells you how to operate and maneuver in life. And God had to humble me in such a way to where all I had was to rely on him. I lost everything. We had a hurricane.
Let's talk about it.
I didn't have no car. I was broke as a joke 2018. And I joined a church in Atlanta, sleeping on my friend's couch. And that was the time where I really was like, God, it's me and you. Whatever you tell me to do. And I realized how important being planted was and how you have to sow in fertile ground. And every penny that I got from unemployment to little checks that would come, I would give it all back to that church at that time. And it was for a year. I was sleeping on a friend's couch. She ended up kicking me out. And the day she kicked me out, as I was walking out of her house with my bags, I got a call to go on tour with Solange. So I understand.
Wow. Look at
That
God.
day, I literally left the next day to go to New Orleans and rehearse. So I understand.
How did that feel? How did you feel when you got that call?
I'm getting chills now. I'm getting chills now because we met around after, shortly after out of that season of drought. But I know God, that's something that season was something that I couldn't rely on my grandmother's story about God providing for her.
Wow.
I couldn't rely on my dad's story. I'm about to cry. I couldn't rely on the testimonies of the mothers in the church. It was me living it, me really seeing God as a provider and somebody that when you don't have a friend, he's a friend. When you don't have, when you don't have money, he's everything, And that's why I get so passionate, because people don't understand the things that we've seen and they just think we these worldly girls. To be honest with you, we don't club, we don't do all that stuff.
Anything. We don't do nothing.
We just may not be in church every Sunday, but that season of my life, I really found God.
Telling us this. Thank you for this. Thank you for sharing us with this. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
That's why nobody can tell me no different, because I was at my lowest. My hair fell out. I didn't have any money to my name. Like I lost my car. I didn't have anywhere to stay. And God literally turned my life around. I've never been broke a day in my life. I may not have everything I need.
God, thank
you. Every need is for me. My children, man. My hair has grown back. Just the little things. So I think me stepping back. I'm getting so stirred up. Me stepping back and really running to the arms of God for myself, I was able to really see God's hand move on my behalf without having to rely on my grandmother's prayers. I had to pray for myself in those seasons. I had to cry out to God. And I thank God that my grandmother instilled prayer into me and I was able to see certain things. But if it wasn't for me stepping back into the world, I guess that's what y'all want to say. Yeah. If it wasn't for me stepping out of the four walls, I would never know God to the magnitude that I know him. And I'll leave it there because I'm.
And listen, baby, I'm about to cry. But let me just tell you that I feel like that God allowed you to go through that season, because even in the season that I'm in now, the season that I'm in now, you are able to and put things in me to help me get through a season such as this. So I want you to know that you going through that was not in vain at all, because you are directly helping me live, helping me literally live. Literally live.
No, because it's one thing to not have nothing, but to have faith in God to say, Lord, this is the only $200 I have for the rest of I don't know when, because I don't have no money coming in, but I'm going to give it back to you. And I would literally be in the line. I think my first $500 line was somebody had randomly just gave me $500 because they knew what I was going through at the time. And God was like, if you give it back to me, I'm going to blow your mind, literally. And I think that was one of those seeds that I really had to I closed my eyes, I clenched my butt together. I was just I did not want to give. I didn't know if I was going to eat. And that's how bad it was. I didn't know.
It's real. It's literally real. And I think we want to, I don't know, are we going to do a little bit of testimony service since we're in this space right now?
Girl, I didn't,
we about to be full up.
I'll just say this. I encourage that's one thing I tell young people. I can't tell you how to be a good Christian, but I can tell you with everything that you have, go back to God, get in his presence and run into him, because that's where all the answers that you have. I think this generation has made Jesus such a hashtag and such a cliche thing. But beyond that, all the little colloquialisms and the things that our generation has made, these little semicircles that people want to sing in and sing about him, really run to him, seriously, because
you're going to need him. You're going to need
him. And if you don't know how to pray, if you don't know how to really just wait and just, get in those moments, you would literally go through things and want to die because you don't know.
Yeah, because you don't know God.
I feel like this generation needs to push prayer a little bit more. I know we talk about 5 a.m. prayer. We may not have to do it at 5 a.m., but
yeah, no, it's not happening at 5, but I do want to pray at 6.
yeah. Prayer is so necessary. The things that I love about church is what sustained me in that season. I wasn't thinking about who did me wrong. I was thinking about survival at the time. I wasn't thinking about my church hurt. I wasn't thinking about who stepped on my toes or what pastor preached
Listen,
on me
that's
at
so
the time.
important. That is
Mhm.
so important that your critics cannot be your number one motivation factor.
No.
It cannot
Mm-mm.
be. Listen,
No.
that's so good.
Okay,
Um,
so testimony service. We got more questions, but
testimony. Yeah, we can go into this a little bit. Then we can go back to the questions at the end. I know we ain't got that much time, but whew.
so
All
we did an
right.
episode called testimony service. I know you guys saw the minute clips that we did, just giving you a roundabout, I guess, synopsis of our
Testimony.
years of turmoil. But
Okay.
I think we're gonna release the audio. We both haven't really been able to digest that stuff yet, but we wanted to go a little bit more in depth with y'all. So I know we've had a lot of guests and we've had a lot of fun and laughs and stuff, but I think if you know the people behind Good Judy's, you'll be able to really see
It's easy to
why
connect
we
with us,
are the way
understand us.
we
Yeah.
are, connect with us. So go ahead, Leah, because I'm still.
Ooh, I got it. Yeah, you still full. All right. So, hello, everybody. My name is Leah. I'm a recovering addict. Amen. So, if y'all have seen like a video, this is gonna be so crazy.
I gotta go tissue. Go ahead, though.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna be laughing and giggling through this, but please know it's not because I think it's fun. I do think it's a little bit funny. All right, so let me just give y'all a brief synopsis. I am a recovering drug addict. I am 10 days away from being a year sober. Did you hear me? I'm 10 days away. Did you hear me? Holla if you hear me. Holla if you Come on, give him a spin around, praise. Spin around, praise.
I'm dizzy.
But yeah, I am 10 days from being a year sober. So my drug of choice was Percocets, opioids, fentanyl. If it made you nod off sleep, I wanted to eat it. Period. You feel me? Thank y'all for the love. So where can I start? I don't really remember when I really got into the pills, and it's really hard for me to gauge like a time when I started. But I do remember like shortly after I had my second child, and me and my kid's father ended up breaking up, I started to feel like my world as I knew it caving in, you know? And at that point I had what are you chewing?
No, my wisdom tooth coming in, so it'll be scratching on my gums. It hurt.
At this age, I hate this.
Wasn't that ghetto?
But yeah, so that is a word for sure. So after that, I don't know. I ended up falling into a depression. We ended up breaking up, and I ended up meeting this guy. Right, the guy happened to be a drug dealer. I didn't know. I thought he was a church going man. Right, but he ended up being a drug dealer. So I go to his house one. I remember we started going on dates and things. And one particular day, I ended up being on the trail when we went for a little run, a little cute little run with our Starbucks and everything. So I ended up I ended up tripping and maybe spraining my ankle. I don't know. I did something and it hurt. So I went to his house and he ended up being like, do you want some medicine, right? So of course I'm not thinking of drugs. Like y'all, if you can understand my background, I kind of grew up as like a kind of like a square. Like nobody in my family does drugs. I don't know. I really don't know any drug addicts. I don't know any really like I don't know. I don't know anybody who has ever had to go through this. So, I'm not thinking about it. So he gives me medicine. I'm thinking it's, Tylenol or whatever. Baby, that man laid that pill on me. He laid that tablet on me. And y'all, it was that quick. It was that quick that it really snatched my life up. So like within the 4 years, I started out with like maybe taking a pill a day, maybe a pill at night, maybe one in the afternoon, and then I gradually went to needing more to survive. And it wasn't until like maybe a few months later, and I ended up going on a cruise with one of my friends, and I ended up not having the pills with me, and I realized, oh crap, I need these to live. And that's when that's when I realized that it was a huge problem for me. So I know people probably have questions in depth that y'all want us to answer. But I never really know how to go when I'm telling this story. Thank y'all.
I want to ask you this: like, when did you have that moment of when? Take us into the walk of you at your lowest. Like, how many pills were you consuming? How much money were you consuming? Like, your worst when you were at rock bottom with addiction.
Drum roll, please. Okay, so y'all, at the last year of my addiction, I started taking fentanyl, and I didn't know it was fentanyl until I don't know when I realized it was fentanyl. But anyway, at some point I realized it was fentanyl, and I was taking the 30s. They're blue. And I'm telling y'all this because I want y'all to beware. If y'all see anybody with these round little inbox 30s, they are fentanyl, and please beware of those. They are very dangerous and they will kill you. Just a little, yeah, it's very serious, and I want to make sure that I say that, like, it's very serious. Like, fentanyl will kill you. It will kill you, and I'm very blessed, that I'm still alive. So I was taking about 15 pills in one sitting, in one serving, like at night, 15 pills. At my high, like at the end of my drug addiction, I was spending $400 a day. $400 a day. $400 a day, not every other day. So you can just imagine, like, the things that I had to do to try to keep up that lifestyle and to try to take care of my kids and still trying to keep on the facade that I was okay, that I wasn't a drug addict, And so a lot of stuff happened. I broke my teeth. I broke my tooth. And we can get into that a little bit later. But yeah, a lot of things happen. Like, a lot of things happen. And my friends ended up having to watch me. And I really want to know, like, from y'all's perspective, what it really looked like. And when did you start to become concerned, like, for me?
Well, when I first met you, your business was thriving.
Yeah.
And I think you were still in the space of covering it up.
Yeah. For sure.
But I remember you saying you had to get pills, but you never said what. So I was assuming you were going to get some Tylenol because you kept saying your head was hurting. Right. That day we went to a morning service and then we went to a night service. So I didn't think anything of it. But I think you purchased pills like 3 times. Yeah, we purchased pills 3 times that day, but I was so oblivious to. Yeah, he came to your mom's house. I think he met us, the guy or whatever met us at the salon and at the church. And I'm just dumb because I'm just like, we in a small city, so maybe she got to be telling me. But I don't know who it was. I don't remember seeing the person, but I just remember.
Did you remember being like, who is this?
But honestly, you didn't look like you had a drug addiction. And let's just say this. Yeah. I think in our community, church, and just in general, the Black community, we have to stop saying addiction or certain addictions aren't a Black thing, because there are a lot of Black people who don't look like it, or Black people who have real drug addictions to things that are sophisticated or whatever the case may be. So I was ignorant to the thought that this pretty girl who has a business with these kids is on drugs like that. I'm thinking it's just like, why she got to buy Tylenol or pain pills from somebody? Yeah. Maybe it's a small city.
Let me tell you the mind frame of me. When I first met you, I can only be like, I was trying to act so normal because I was like, I want this girl to like me. Like, I don't want her to become weird.
No, but your personality is just, you have great charisma. You're just a sweet girl. So that is just, I'm just an idiot when it comes like that. But the crazy thing is, the more our friendship progressed and we got really, really close, I remember seeing the decline. Yeah. And I think I saw your body change when that tooth chipped. I said,
we have to tell, because they don't know about the tooth chip. So we have to tell them about the tooth chip. Okay, and y'all, we can talk about the tooth chip now because I have the tooth replaced. It's screwed in my head. It's fine. It's not coming out. Okay, we can talk about the teeth now. Let's talk about the tooth. We can talk
about the FaceTime me. Like, okay, so I think at this point, we done been friends maybe a year and some change. So at this point, it's probably 2 or 3 years. So the first year I met her, I don't know how far she was in her addiction, but she still had control over it to where she knew how to control how she acted around people. She knew how to turn stuff on and off, and she was hiding it well. By this third year, baby didn't care no more. Like, y'all ever watch Holiday Heart?
People typing the teeth emoji in the chat.
No, listen, y'all ever seen Holiday Heart? She was giving full on Wanda. It was
Baby,
bad.
Wanda ain't had nothing on me. Are you kidding me?
And I remember she called us. It was like 1:00 in the morning. She called me and another friend of ours, and she just started cackling. I said, "Leah, where's your tooth?" She's like, "I was
And
in
I
some
was this
shit."
this would be so crazy. This is how high I was. I'd be so high that I forget that y'all didn't see the teeth yet. So I would be just cackling. I'd be cackling
Yeah,
down boots like, oh look, my friends don't know this teeth.
she was in 7-Eleven, like just she had become a drug addict, and she could
No,
no
literally in the
longer.
worst way.
That addiction had ate her being up, and it was on the outside and had came on from the inside and then came out. She didn't care how her hair looked anymore. She wasn't getting her nails done. She was just outside.
I'm not back on drugs now. I just don't have a nail tech. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just bored. That's all.
No, but the thing is, and as a friend, to see your friend like that and not be able, I feel like if you were closer to me, you wouldn't have been.
I feel like there was probably nothing you could do though. I feel like there was.
Yeah, I feel like it was hard to see. I'll say that it was plenty of times where I spoke to you, and I just would cry because I was just like, yo, it's bad. Like, what the heck is going on? And I'm glad you took a step away from church because imagine being in church high and
bro, could you imagine like if this the thing is like I see how the church people in my city, all the church people ate me up. I'm gonna just tell you right now. If the church people in my city, they ate me up for my drug addiction, for whatever. Anything, they ate me up. So I can't imagine having to deal with the rejection from that. And is you cackling about this tea? Is you
no.
Is you cackling bad about this tea?
I'm actually trying to find. I think I have a like a screenshot of us on FaceTime, and the tooth is gone. I'm looking.
Girl, if I can find a picture of this tea, and this somebody said I love this transparency, and y'all, it hasn't always been easy to talk about this. But one thing about it, guess what? There's one person in this world who knew that teeth was gone. And as soon as we get 10K followers, they're gonna be trying to tell y'all that teeth was gone and using against me. So I'm gonna just tell you right now, that teeth was indeed gone. I'm gonna tell you right now, that teeth was gone.
Okay, we're gonna take control of that narrative right now.
In the name of Jesus, it's back.
And we got some exes that don't really like us, so they're gonna try to tell
y'all out. I don't know, y'all. The crazy thing is,
she told us she was eating chicken, but
the crazy thing is, I had already chipped the teeth, right? So the teeth was chipped. The tooth was already chipped. So, but y'all, I'm high. I'm high as hell. I don't care. So the teeth is chipped. It's loose. But I get a plate, and y'all have to understand. On drugs, you don't really eat like that. You either pick drugs or food. And so this happened to me the day that I happened to have drugs and food. So I was happy, right? So I get the chicken. I start going in. I start tearing that chicken up. I sink my teeth in that chicken, and y'all, all I remember is lifting my mouth out that chicken and feeling literally like
air.
Yeah, I went to take a deep breath and I heard a whistle come out. I went to inhale and I thought they was working on the railroad. So yeah, and I think people probably see me do like this with my mouth now, and I think I do. I cover my mouth when I laugh now because I was used to not having the tooth, and when I got like the implant, it was like very different. So, anyways, enough of the teeth. Shanice's trying to pull out the teeth. Find that teeth.
I'm trying.
Yeah, if y'all have any other questions that y'all, but yeah, that's how the tooth. This question is just so funny. Yeah, I'm hollering so bad.
Y'all, that tooth was gone. I mean,
y'all, if I could describe to you how the shock on her face, and we was on three-way call with one of our other friends, she's like, Where's your teeth? Where's your tooth? Where's your teeth?
Mind you, she just loud in like a 7-Eleven or something. Just loud. Hey, girl. La, la. I say, yo, Leah is high as Scooter Brown.
Leah is high as Nippy used to right now.
Girl, I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
When did you know you needed to make a change, and how did you do it?
Oh, I love that.
I love that question. When did I know I needed to make a change? It was when I honestly, my life had gone downhill, y'all. I was a shell of my former self. And if y'all can see me now, I love life. Like I love, I love people, I love laughing, I love life in general. Like I'm full of life, I love it. But and I have realized that I was hurting everybody close to me. I was being a terrible friend, I was being a terrible daughter, terrible sister, terrible mom, like terrible all of these things. And I never wanted to be that person. I never wanted to be that person. So it was really when I started to look and be like, what type of person do I really want to be? And is this it for me? Because I don't know. It was something about the idea of me ending right there that I couldn't accept. Because I knew who I was. All throughout my addiction, I knew I always knew who I was. I'm always like, I'm hot stuff. I'm a drug addict right now, but I am that girl. So, even when it was, where's your tooth to my, I can imagine Shanice. Baby, Shanice asked me about that tea.
Baby, yeah. I was complaining.
But yeah, so after that, after I realized that nothing was changing and that what I really realized, y'all, is nobody was going to save me. So I'm the baby of my family. I have 7 brothers. I'm the youngest. I'm always the youngest in my friend group. Like always, I'm always the youngest. So I have like a baby complex almost, almost in a sense. And it's debilitating in a sense. It's helpful in certain areas, but it's debilitating when you don't know how to do things for you, when you don't know how to save yourself. And like, I think people don't talk about how hard it is to pick yourself up from literally a place that's not even rock bottom, that's below there. Because you know how you picture what rock bottom can really be, but you don't realize that rock bottom does have a basement. Indeed. Yeah. Like my rock bottom had a basement. And I just realized that. And I realized, you know what? I need my tooth back and I need my life back. I need my tooth back immediately, and I need.
But you know what? You know what? I'm learning as a friend now. It's kind of like I didn't know that there was. I'm too through. But you know what I'm realizing now is that true addiction had the recovery process of it. I had to learn how to handle you as a drug addict, handle you as now I'm trying to handle you post addiction and recovery. And that's a whole other thing, because you're trying to figure out who is Leah after years of being addicted to something and relying on that, and now having to be accountable. Because when you're a drug addict, there's no accountability, and people stop holding you accountable because they know you on drugs. It's kind of like, she crazy, she on drugs, it is what it is. But when you sober, it's kind of like there's still a processing that your mind has to catch up.
And that's what I think people don't realize. Like, it really changes your whole mind. And I think a lot of people don't think that it's real because they never went with it. But even things as far as your decision-making process, like it affects it so.
Because it affected our friendship, because it's just like I be expecting her to know something, and I have to realize she was on drugs for so long to where now she's feeling everything sober. So you have to
I don't know what to do with myself.
Drugs. You have to give them compassion, and you have to just give y'all grace, because you're not used to just being in a sober mind and making certain decisions and even having space to mess up. Yeah. Because you're gonna mess up.
You just can't. And that's what I think I had a struggle with. Like, being sober, everybody expects for your problems to definitely be over now.
Yeah.
Like, you're sober, everything needs to be together, but they don't really understand that you're rebuilding your life. And I'm rebuilding my whole personality, my mind, who I am as a person. I don't know. Some days I wake up and I don't know myself, and I don't recognize the body that I'm in, because I spent so much time absent from it, literally trying to that I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is to really live inside the world, to make normal, to have normal arguments with your friends. I don't know how that works because I never really had to deal with it in a sober mind. So it's very
Mm-hmm.
hard. But luckily, I do have people who do give me the grace, like who
Mm-hmm.
are trying. And I have to commend y'all, my friends and my whole support system, because Lord knows, even though we're going down, we've been going downhill. Like y'all,
It's
Lord, y'all.
hard. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. So even if you have family or friends that are on drugs and or trying to recover, that's a whole nother level of grace that you have to ask God for, because it's a real thing. And I think sometimes we expect people, even if your friend goes through a bad breakup, you just expect her to just be okay right after that. Like sometimes people need grace to just not be okay. And I had to realize that Leah's still figuring it out. And who am I to say, you got to figure out right now, you got to do
Yeah,
better right now? I'm just grateful that how life is right now for you having gone back to the pills.
yeah.
Like, that's just
Listen,
what I'm grateful
baby.
for, you know?
That's
And you don't never want to be that person that triggers that person to decide to go back to their
right.
old life. It's just like, when your family did hard time in prison and they get out and you just expect them to know everything that's been
Yeah,
going on. It's kind of like, no, you got to meet them where they was 10 years ago and gradually,
yeah. Listen,
life ain't
it's
the
not gonna
same
make
for them.
it's
Yeah, because
literally
when
like
my uncle got out of prison, he was still eating like he wasn't hovering over his plate. I'm like, bruh, you can have your cornbread.
I promise you, I don't want
Grandma
none.
made two pots. She made two pens. Relax. So I think you still in that shell of like still being defensive, still trying to figure your body out, figure your
That's
mind
more
out,
so
and
what it
then
is. I hate for it to come across as defense, but for so long, like you said, like a people pleasing complex. I feel like I haven't
Mhm.
had control of my own life for so long. Like whether
Yeah,
it's been wanting to please people, whether it was chasing drugs, chasing men, do whatever. I felt like I had
hmm,
never been in control of myself, and so now I'm trying to figure out, what does that look like for me? Like what's the
yeah,
balance of being my own person, not being a people pleaser, but still being able to be a good friend, to people, still being able to be like a good sister or a person that people want in their lives. Like, how
right,
can I
right,
make
right.
it okay for people to deal with? Not to say that I have to be easy to deal with. Well, how can I make me not be a burden, to the people that I love? Because I
Mhm.
know it was already a burden for them to deal with me in drugs. And so what haunts me at night, what keeps me up at night is to think that I will still be, even in my recovery, like a burden to the people that I love and them trying to learn, to deal with me. Somebody sent us an anonymous question.
Okay.
Who do you text the most?
Huh?
What? Not my dentist, clearly. No, I don't know. Who do I text the most? Who you text? I know you text Bernard the most,
Yeah,
probably.
I text my boyfriend the most.
Right now the person that I text the most is probably Jaden. Jaden,
Yeah.
me and Jaden text a lot, but I can't seem to get him to come on the podcast. Anyway, that's another shade tree for another day. Okay, so do you want to talk a little bit about your testimony? And thank y'all for
Mm,
everybody who said they're proud. Thank y'all so much. I said thank you so much. Do you want to talk a little bit about? I know you have a lot of things that you can actually talk about, because when we were actually filming the episode, you told me about
mhm.
a struggle that you had that I didn't really know about
Which one?
with like your eating and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I struggled with the eating disorder for a long time. I think I went through so much. And for me, I think it started off as when I got molested as a little girl by one
Wow.
of my cousins. I immediately had to walk around with a secret. So I
Right.
became something that I felt like damaged goods. I felt violated as a little girl, and I couldn't bounce back from that. Nothing that I felt like I could do would help me
Wow.
recover mentally. So I immediately went into victim mode from a
Wow.
5-year-old little girl. And just growing up with, I was a product of a divorced family. My parents divorced when I was 2, so I never saw my parents together. I grew up with my grandparents. So a part of that was the rejection that I felt from my mom choosing the industry and my dad choosing
Right.
church. I always
Right.
felt abandoned. So that pushed me to, chase relationships and be in niggas' faces, trying to be accepted. I was able to remain a virgin till I was in college, but For the longest.
Give it up for the girl, cause baby, you waited like 6 years past me.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that I was always innocent. I think, I think the reason why I stayed a virgin so long is because I was sexually violated. Right. And I was just afraid of sex for the longest because I was introduced to it in such a disgusting. Right. Yeah, it was times where I could still smell my cousin as a 30-year-old woman. That stench and that visual will never leave me. And so for me, just growing up as a little girl, I think I formed a personality disorder to where I just really didn't know who I was. And then to be labeled Tweet's daughter and Bishop's daughter, I just became whoever I was at that time, whoever I was around at that time, whoever people wanted me to be. But I remember my dad calling me fat one day. And I was running track, and for me, hearing my dad say that, it was like, okay, I need to do something about it. And I wanted to take diet pills, but the day I was going to start, a girl that I went to, I was in ninth grade. I was in ninth grade when I was introduced to bulimia. And shortly after entertaining the thought of taking pills, the girl that I knew was taking pills ended up in the hospital. Jesus. So I went home, I watched America's Next Top Model, and I saw the girl throwing up her food. And I started doing that, and I was bulimic for 7 or 8 years. And it got to the point where I was throwing up between 12 and 15 times a day. I would just binge my food. And I think the mental part about that was just feeling like this is the only thing that I can control. Yeah. On the fact that if I get really skinny, maybe my dad will love me. Yeah. It was like, this is the only thing I can control. I can't control that people want to violate my body because I had been sexually assaulted in school a year prior by a student who's in jail now for raping some girls. So, and I around that same year is when I attempted for the first time suicide. So I was about 15 years old. And mom's relationship over.
You know what's crazy? What is really ironic though? I was 15 when I tried to kill myself too. Twins, but not really. It's crazy because my father passed away, and I tried to. That's a little fun fact we didn't know. But go ahead, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I got down to maybe 99 pounds. I have. Let me show y'all a picture of how skinny I was. And this wasn't even me at my skinniest.
I'm scared to see this. I'm so scared to see this.
One of them on neck is. I ain't gonna show y'all that one.
That's the good Judy OnlyFans.
Y'all, we gotta get an OnlyFans going.
We gotta, everybody gotta put $1. We'll end up to our close friends on Instagram.
I'm gonna have to text it to you so you can bring it up on the screen.
Okay, yeah. Send it to me. I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, I had got down to maybe 99 pounds, and I felt then like I can't get anybody to love me. Nothing is working for me, so let me just try to kill myself. And I tried maybe 3 times in that 1 year, and then I started cutting myself. I still have some of the cuts. I don't know if y'all can see them on my arm, but I still have.
God, wait, I can kind of see.
Yeah, I still have. Yeah, I started cutting myself, and
asked a question. Regards.
I don't even think. To be honest with you, I don't even think my dad was malicious when he said it. Like I come from a hippie family, so I don't
black families are in general. Yeah. It's endearing to call somebody fat. Like they
yeah. And looking back, I don't even think my dad knew that his comment stroked me to like have bulimia. And yeah, so I'm not faulting him. I probably still need to have a conversation with him about it.
Sorry, Dad, if you're watching this.
Right, Dad. You made me bulimic, bro.
Yeah, I hate you had to find out this way, but yeah, it's all your fault.
But yeah, one of the specific times where I cut myself and I took a bunch of pills. I was at Clark Atlanta and I went to school and I ended up passing out. And when I passed out, they made me drink charcoal, but the doctors were gonna.
Isn't that the worst? I'm sorry. This is a terrible thing for us to know in common. Imagine you just killing yourself and now you gotta trying to kill yourself and now you got a nurse making you ingest the most disgusting thing that you've ever tasted in your black life.
It was absolutely disgusting. And I woke up in the hospital with handcuffs on, and I ended up in a mental institution that day only because the police officer saw my cut. Wow. And that was their indication that something is wrong and we need to put her in a home. I went to a place called Anchor Hospital on the outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And to just be around people who are mental, like literally mental, it was like an awakening. Yeah, it was like an awakening experience for me. It was like, you got to get it together because something is not clicking, and whatever it is, you got to talk this out.
These people, I feel like, really have. When I went to the institution that I went into after my attempt, I realized I got in there, and my roommate, like, she was in there because she had saw her brother kill himself, and I was like, dang.
Yeah, my roommate jumped in. My roommate jumped off a bridge and ran into like a semi truck, like a 16-wheeler, and didn't die.
What?
But the man the crazy thing is the man that was driving the truck swarmed from hitting her and died.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And you don't realize how deranged you may be or how mental and how demonic things and attacks are going in your life until you're around somebody that has just as bad a story as you. But you can even stop there. Like, I left that hospital and I went on a whole nother direction into a whirlwind of abusive relationships. I was like, okay, I'm out of this, so let me just run to the first nigga.
Let me run to the nearest caution sign that's right next to me.
And if y'all see my book, Broken Pieces, it'll break down all of the things that I went through. It's on Amazon.
Get the book. Get the book. Oh, also, before we even talk about the book, it has come to my attention that a lot of y'all don't know that Shanice is a real artist. Because a lot of people will comment on the videos like, oh, dang, y'all can see. And it eats me out so much. Y'all, Shanice has music. It's incredibly good. Please. I'm not just saying this because I...
Girl, you found that in your shondo, huh?
I found it in my shondo. Yeah, no. Yeah, I really do. I need y'all to go. It's under 2 if you cannot find it on Apple Music. It's under TOU. My personal fave. If y'all don't care, I know y'all don't care about what my fave is, but my fave... My favorite talk to me and blow my mind. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, like, so, you know, when Leah was addicted to pills, I was addicted to the idea of dying. Like, my last suicide attempt was this year. My most recent, Leah know, I had wrote a letter to all my friends and was just like...
Let's talk about that for a second. Because I'm really... I can't really explain to you how much PTSD I have from this. But anytime, I think a lot of, Bernard, I don't think Bernard even knew you, but I think he got a little bit of PTSD too. Because every time he can't find you or can't get you.
Yeah. But before she talk about that, I just want to do a disclaimer because I think there's power in changing the narrative and taking control of your narrative, no matter how ugly it is. There's been this narrative about me that's been placed in the atmosphere from exes that I'm crazy. I'm not a crazy woman at all. I just been through a lot, and they may have brought out crazy parts of me because if you're getting cheated on and played,
talk about it tonight.
And guns placed in your head, you'll be a little deranged too. I was diagnosed, but I'm not giving life to it because I haven't taken my antidepressants in over 3 years. I was diagnosed with manic depression and bipolar, but I haven't given life to it. I only took my antidepressants for maybe 6 months, and they just wasn't. They made me feel zombie-ish. But
right, for sure.
medically, in my record, they did diagnose me with manic depression and bipolar, and I was in therapy for a very long time. Starting in 2017, I was diagnosed with that. So I want to get out there because the more popular we get, people are going to try
Yeah,
to
for sure.
say
You
never
already know how it is. You
yeah,
already
so
know how it is.
disclaimer. I did post my
Denise
pills.
ain't crazy, but I am. And I will.
I'm not clinically crazy, but don't play with me.
But
But
I
I
want to
just
hear
want
it.
to
I
give
want to
life
see
to
it.
that. I'm being transparent. I do have a therapist now. I do go to therapy. And God has, been helping, but I do have moments where I deal with things and it got overwhelming for me because I'm dealing with, to be really transparent, I have 2 sons. My youngest son's father just left.
Yeah.
Hasn't seen my son since he was 3 months. Doesn't help me at all. And then I'm dealing with my first son's dad. We had a horrible relationship after a while. It was abusive.
Right.
It was just very toxic, and still trying to figure out how to co-parent with him
Right.
has been very tough on me. And that drove me to a place
Oh, yeah. Seriously.
earlier this year, and I just couldn't. And that leads Leah to that. My
To
last
that
suicidal
place.
attempt was in what, February, March of
Yeah, it
this
was
year.
right. It was after I left. Do you remember after I left from your birthday? It was like maybe the weekend
Yeah.
after that because we were semi beefing. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, what's going on? What's going on? So when I tell you that was I had never like I've never been. I usually have been the person to scare people, right? Like I've always been the
Yeah.
person to, like I always have to scare my friends. I usually don't have to worry with my friends like kind of they do dumb like they do stuff, but like they really don't really go through and let me see like that. So when I realized that you were in that place, I think it really shook me like, dang, somebody can really be going through this and you can talk to them every day and you not know. Because I was with you. I
Mm-hmm.
was with you like the whole week before that, and I didn't feel like you were depressed. I felt like you were fine. I felt like we had a good trip, and things. So
Don't post the
yeah.
third picture, but
Wait a second.
girl, who is
Let me
that? Spit.
Yo, when I'm about to put these pictures, not the only pants was, but hold on, y'all. Hold on. Y'all send some questions. What time we gonna get up here? 8? You wanna get up at 8?
I don't care. I ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah, you got nothing to do. Okay, we can hang on. As long as y'all want us to hang out with y'all. Whenever y'all get tired, let us know. Period. You look like Keisha right here. You know that? You and Keisha look alike to me right here.
Oh, girl, my face was so sunken in.
It's because y'all probably was both tiny Tims.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was 99 pounds.
How old were you at 99 pounds?
That was after Aiden.
Jeez.
That was the height of my depression. But the thing is, what I learned is people that are depressed and going through mental breakdowns, they won't announce it to you. They're going to try to hide it as much as possible with a smile, with just, they're not going to be like, oh, I'm depressed. So if people saying
And
that,
do you
they just,
remember you told me that you were like okay, like that you were
yeah.
okay, like you was like I was okay with the thought of dying
Oh,
at that
yeah, I
time.
already accepted it. I wrote my family a letter. I had got my grandmother to watch the kids. So I had already an exit plan put in place for the boys. I had already like made peace. And then when I woke up in the hospital the next day, this year, y'all, this is in March, I was pissed because I had made peace with the fact that I'm like, Lord, I just can't anymore. Like, I don't want to live. I don't want to, be here because there's no way you want me to live through this. Like, why?
Right. Bro.
But yeah, Leah's a recovering addict, and I'm still processing depression. I no longer have my eating disorder, but I do have body dysmorphia. Being honest, I
And
obsess
that's
with
something. How this is what I want to ask you this because I saw that you posted your fitness journey, and I
mm-hmm,
love that for you because I think you look perfect. I think
mm-hmm.
you're. I think you always look. I think you're one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen. I've never seen anybody be beautiful this effortlessly. But whatever, whatever. Anyways, how do you deal with now? You know, with like accepting that this is nothing is wrong with me. This is my adult body. You know,
That I think that for me, come post is like your recovery as an addict. I
yeah,
was so in control. Like I was addicted to throwing my food up. I would just eat whatever just so I could throw. I got pleasure out of throwing up to where it got to a point where I knew how to move the muscles in my stomach. I didn't have to stick my finger down my throat no more, and I could just throw up. Like I got pleasure out of that. So I think with
was it
my
like a
body.
high almost?
It was like a high. I like a high to the point where my family would see me at first. They would see me going to the bathroom. They would just thought I had to pee all the time until my mom caught me throwing up. And that's
Oh
when they would try to make me, like, we'll go out, they'll make me sit down. And I would just run to the bathroom. I would fight my family sometimes because it was a high for me. I was addicted to throwing my food up and I was addicted to cutting myself. So I think now, because I come from a hippie family, it was a hard adjustment to deal with my body growing, having babies and my body changing. I cry. I stay in the mirror, not because of vanity, but because I'm always picking at my fat. I'm always picking at my body. I cry a lot now, looking at my body and seeing it change. And I can't say I don't have thoughts of going back to bulimia. I just don't have the patience to sit there and teach my body how to regurgitate. So
and let me
I
tell
think
you one
that's
thing. I'm a pray that spirit back from the pits of hell.
But the thing is, I don't throw my food up now. So now I withhold food from myself. So it's still a learning process that I'm going through with just trying to
Try to
be
figure out.
to balance. Yeah. And then just going from a victimized state of just people dating men who abuse you. Like that's a whole different,
Okay, this is
ball
not
game.
working. So this is not working. I hate that we have to put it like this. But y'all, because because I feel like you can email them to me, but it's taking so
I
long.
can't. I'll email it to you. Want me to email it to you?
Email to the podcast. Yeah, email to the
Okay.
podcast. Because I got the podcast thing set up right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll email it to you now.
Any questions while we're
About our testimonies?
Yeah, about our testimonies. And I'll give you another question too. Somebody said, "Am I still DMing y'all?" I don't know, sweetie, if you're still DMing us. Somebody said, "Thank God you are here. We need you both." Listen, thank God we're here. We need y'all too. We appreciate y'all. We really do. This just
I really was battling showing y'all my face after I got abused physically. I'm still debating. I think I will at some point.
Yeah, and do it. Share when you comfortable. Like
yeah, that's still something I'm still trying to process. Being spat on, being kicked, having a gun held to my head, being kicked in my stomach while I was pregnant. And I think for the most part, here's why we have to protect women in church and protect women in general, because a lot of the times the way you handle one woman that was abused will send a message to an abuser on how to treat another woman. A lot of women are mishandled because men get away with it and we victim blame. Because he popular, he can get away with it. And I was dating somebody at the time that was popular that could sway a lot of people's opinions. And because I'm outgoing and I'm vocal, it was like, so it doesn't matter how vocal I am or how rough I may seem. And I think that's one reason why I got so acquainted with suicide, because so many people labeled me like I had to have it all together because of what I grew up in. Like I had a silver spoon when I really didn't. You don't know the turmoil that I went through with my mom going through alcoholism and calling me names and mishandling me when I was little. I'm not mad at her, but it's the truth. We went through hell while she was on the road. She missed birthdays and all that stuff. And being a little girl, not knowing how to handle that or process that stuff drove me to mental breakdowns, to be honest with you. There's plenty of people that would say they were around me and heard my mother cursing me out. The things that
trust me, I definitely do know. And it is like when I look at you to see how you handle, like how you carry yourself, how you are able to like still function in your life and still give grace and like still not be a terrible person. Because from what you have went through, you really have grounds to be a terrible person. And the fact that you give grace when needed and you can give all of this stuff to people who really need it. Like these words of encouragement to share your story. I can't say it enough. 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 Let me put some of these comments on here, y'all. What do you? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, that is a little bit more personable. If we can read the names of the comments, the only reason that we say somebody said is because it's hard to kind of stop and go. But I'll try to show them on the screen some more. So
yeah,
that
we'll
y'all.
do better. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're sorry.
We're still learning this. We're still learning the protocol.
Because on Instagram, it's very much acceptable to be like, somebody said, but on YouTube, I don't think it's that much. I don't think it's that acceptable because it's like, okay,
check your email, Leah. Check the email, see if it's there.
Okay, let me see. Let me check the email. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think for me, I went through a lot of like, how are you supposed to tell me how to handle what I'm going through when you judging me based on my mother's career? I don't have it all together. So I've always felt like people just think because they put these expectations on me, and that alone would drive anybody crazy. So I don't know. Let me see. Chandrika said, we are new, just suggesting. Got you. Tangela said, just discovered y'all today, and y'all definitely gained a follower. This is real good. No, thank you, love. Okay, while you doing that, that was heavy. Hopefully that gave y'all a little bit more insight.
A little insight on us. That was very
not like staying there long because we've kind of outgrown some of that stuff. But I'm gonna read some of the questions that you guys sent in anonymously.
Just share my screen. Let me see if this works. Y'all, I hope I got no orange on here. Hate that. Maybe I could just share the window. Woo, period. Oh, I can change. I can share. Let's just share the entire screen. All right, y'all. If this is bad, sorry. Don't know how to do this.
I'm still trying to learn how to give people grace when it comes to being hurt in different aspects, especially after wearing my heart on my sleeve. It's definitely tough. It's loading.
Oh.
It's loading. It ain't. It's loading. Oh, yeah, there it go. That's me.
Y'all, can y'all believe this?
First of all, the dress was too big, and that's a 00. The dress was still too big.
What?
My face was sunken in. I was going to some event for church.
Do you want me to?
And I don't know if you can zoom in, but
yeah, I'm zooming in. I can zoom in. Let me see.
That dress was swallowing me, y'all.
Shanice, this does not even look. When I tell you, it doesn't even look like you. Like that's I can tell it's you, but like, wow.
Let me just tell y'all a secret. I threw up before I got
Hold on, let me see.
I don't know why. I think my hair was up like that because I was done throwing up. And I wanted.
Somebody said, "No way, that's you, Shanice. No way, that's you." Oh, is that tomorrow? I hate this.
That's definitely me. My face was sunken in. I think I took a selfie that night too. My face looked.
I think I got the close up one of you too. Hold on, let me.
Y'all, I look sick.
Let me show y'all the other picture just so y'all can have it. Lord, it's so unfortunate Shanice couldn't find this teeth picture of me because
I'm gonna find it.
I'm gonna find it. Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen again.
Lee said, well, let me be the first to say, if I hear somebody talking crazy about y'all, I'm cursing them out. Period.
Yeah. Oh, God. Let's go. In the name. All right. I'm going to share my screen again, y'all. Here it go. Just do it. How about that? Just do it.
And then I want to answer this question. Michael07 said, after you show this,
can you see?
Y'all look crazy. Look at how, oh my God. Sick.
Man, this contour was giving.
It ain't had no choice. It ain't had no choice but to give.
Who did this updo?
Paris Bennett.
Paris. Come on, updo.
I hated that hair. She did my makeup too. She did my makeup too, and it was giving Beetlejuice. Drag queen of the day. Please.
Okay. Oh wait.
Okay, so go ahead. Next question. It says, "What's your feelings on living both worlds, meaning loving the Lord but love to party?"
This is a funny question to me because y'all think we like to party. Do you let them?
Y'all have another thing coming if y'all think we like the party. Little do y'all know we be in the bed.
Y'all, if we can really tell y'all a secret, bro,
First,
what we do for
this. So I'm in Vegas doing this residency. So our residency, we get to go to the club Dre's for free. Like we get liquor for free or whatever. So it was 2 of the dancers' birthday parties the other night. And I went just to celebrate them. Y'all, 15 minutes in, I'm falling. Somebody came up to me and told me, girl, just go home.
Bro, do you remember that when we was in Vegas in April? Like it was like a line for some type of club we were supposed to go to on a bus or something.
Yeah.
And we literally
me and Leah left.
No, not right. Y'all, it's just the club. Like you, first of all, this don't even got nothing to be with being with churchy. Like being churchy, you don't have nothing to do with that. The club is so gross. Like it's so
I'd rather go to a hole in the wall club or speakeasy with white people because the club for black people has become too much. You gotta wear heels all day. You gotta be in a section. It'd be too many people.
It's $1,000 for a section. You only get one bottle. Now I'm paying for
you may or may not get shot.
What? It's 25 niggas in the section. 25 niggas in the section.
With their man bags. White people, there's no lines. You can just walk in there with your Skechers on and fist pump for 12 hours, and the drinks be $10.
That's it. And you be drunk. What? Yeah. But yeah, y'all know, like I cannot. Wait, what? Why is this comment back on the screen?
Yeah, I'm naturally. I've never been a club person. I like hookah lounges. I like artsy stuff like the art district. I like to go on like little bars and stuff like that. I'm not a club girl.
Chandrika said, "See, we got it. Chandrika said, "I've been to one after party in my life, and vowed never to do anything of the like again." Why did you hate it? Okay, Tamark asked the question. How do y'all feel about the standard that the world and the church holds a PK to? I don't know.
Hell with
it. First of all, why is we listening to any standard that the world is holding us to any goddamn ways? Either we in one or we out of one. And as far as the church, as far as anybody holding me to anything, if you don't hold yourself to that first, I don't hear anything. I don't hear nothing. I really don't. I swear to God.
I'll say this. I do think certain things have changed over the years. I do believe that whole thing of church girls being the worst, PKs being the worst. Hell, it's the pastors, everybody the worst. It don't matter.
Everybody's slut. Everybody's out here doing something, you know?
Very much something. So at the end of the day.
Yes, we love that you caught it live too.
Yes, girl. I'm a pastor kid, felt so out of place at an after party. Girl, I hated it. How about being active in church and still smoking weed? That's a good one. Because one thing about me,
who said something about weed?
Bessie said, how about being active in church and still smoking weed? Well, I'm not active in church, but I'm actively smoking weed.
I'm not active in church, and y'all, it just helps with my recovery. Like it helps with me to eat.
I got lupus, so it helps with my pain. I got glaucoma too.
It's medicinal. It's prescribed.
Please don't ask the Judys about no weed, because our opinion, y'all may not like.
Bruh, that first episode that we did that got taken down, if they can really understand how lit I was, we was in Vegas, y'all, and weed is legal in Vegas. But baby,
at the end of the day, I feel like if you smoke weed, that's your prerogative. But I really don't. I don't feel like it's cool for you to be a musician or a praise and worship leader and smoke weed before you go operate in your gift.
Yeah,
I feel like that's funny. Even if you drink, like there should be some type of conviction.
Exactly.
She said, I'm on the praise team and I'm a heavy pot.
And guess what, twin? I'm not on the praise and worship team, but twin.
Would it be okay as a PK to leave your parents' church?
Hell.
Let me tell y'all this. My daddy has 5 kids, and actually how many of us go to church?
It's what you feel. If you're not being fed at your parents' church, and sometimes going to your parents' church, I found can be a hindrance because a lot of times as PKs, all we want to do is sit and be a part of the service and not have to actually participate. Like to run the service. All I want to do is lift my hands a little bit, speak in tongues, maybe get delivered if I feel like it.
My dad's church, my dad never put any pressure on us to take over the church. Me and my sisters all sang on the praise team. We're praise and worship leaders. I was active youth pastor for a minute. And
every time you say that, I get stirred up.
I think, I think sometimes it's about your own growth. I'm glad that my father never forced us to stay in that city or at the church. He allowed my siblings to go to college. Both of my sisters are nurses. One is a traveling nurse. My other sister got married and moved. And I think my dad encouraged us as individuals because this is my call, not y'all.
True.
So if God do decide to pierce y'all heart to move back home and help me with the church, cool. But my dad never made us fill a spot in the church. And I think that's why we respect him the way that we do. And I think that's why all of us are thriving in our respected careers and stuff, because my dad focused on our strengths, and whether it was sports, whether it was medicine, whether it was music.
So Mark said y'all all got blue checks. Y'all all verified on Instagram.
It ain't.
Oh my God.
Judy said my pastor parents have 4 daughters and none of us are members of the church. I don't think none of us go regularly. That's for sure.
Come on,
but the thing is, what is that? Is that a good or bad thing? I think it's good and bad, because I think the good part about it is saying
going to church regularly is good. Do you feel like going regularly to church is good?
No, I'm saying as far as PKs, I think the status is changing, and we're seeing a change in the guards where parents aren't forcing their children to be at church all the time or fill a position that they're not graced for. I absolutely love that.
Right.
Yeah, like I love that. Like there's no pressure, because how many people were forced out of church because of the pressure that their parents put on them? I wasn't forced out of church because of my dad. I was forced out of church because other niggas. Because of my dad.
Yeah, it don't be that. It really don't be what y'all be thinking it is. But no, I gotta really address this comment, because why did she say I've been smoking weed at the church, sit me down if you want to, who gonna do sound check?
I'm smoking weed active in church, sit me down if you want to.
Baby, can you imagine them getting up there and they got nobody to do sound check because I'm high? What? Yo, there's no way. Oh my God.
They said Jamal Bryant be smoking hookah, so I mean, do what you need to do. And I know a few bishops that smoke Newports and they preach. So
wait, are they Baptists? Are they Baptists? Okay, we can go into. Wait, what other questions we got?
She said, "Well, we are all in our 40s. They can't make us participate." Well, he gonna give you a whooping if you don't go, child.
Okay, and that's exactly what.
Oh, but I'm God, because you see some people who aren't even graced to preach. Like you see a son took over his dad's church but can't preach at all, or is miserable now because his dad made him fill that position, but he really want to play golf. Or he really want to go to the gay club, but his dad
please,
there's a lot of miserable PKs out there that are having to fill positions, but some want to be a dyke. I want to be a lesbian.
I want to be a bottle girl, but I gotta come to Bible study. Like that.
I actually want to be a drag queen. I do not want to be a deacon.
I said I want to do drag, not lead devotion. You didn't hear me. I said I wanted to be a lesbian, not lift up my hands. What? I'm snorting, please.
Y'all really gotta stop, because y'all have to have real conversations with y'all's kids.
bruh.
Because some of them do not want to be the next pastor, that little hole in the wall.
And look at this. Guess what? Some of them don't even like being on the mom ministry.
Yeah.
Look.
I hate mom ministries, period.
Y'all, we always close up with some mom hate, and I hate for us to end the tradition. Yeah, some good old mom slander. I like that. Why you stuck? Yo, face stuck.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, you unstuck. Now you unstuck. You unstuck.
Okay, so somebody has sent us a question. How do we feel about the LGBT community in church? And I'll say this. I love the girls.
Chandrika said, Shanice, who's still dyke? Oh, in our group chat, baby, we be using the word dyke.
Oh, yeah.
Baby stud.
Let me ask y'all this. Is October National Lesbian Wedding Month? Because a lot of lesbians be getting married this month.
No.
I just want to know because I celebrate love. Let me tell you something. One thing I can't stand is the church throwing their rocks and high in their hand and using the talents of the LGBTQ community, but then doing away with them and using, their lifestyle against them when it's necessary or when they feel like it. I could direct your choir, but I can't wear fake nails. I can direct your choir, but I can't have my lashes done. Really? But the choir director could be gay, but y'all pastors sleeping with all the little boys. Child,
their spiritual sons is more than that. Okay.
Depart from me. I'm sick of it. Leave them people alone. Or don't let them operate in your church then. If you're going to use child nowadays, they be talking about grace. I will not sow into your drinking habit and abandon my ministry of black and mild no man.
Baby,
that's how I feel about scratch off. I'll be scratching off on the way to church.
Baby, let me tell y'all, I know a couple of pastors who be scratching off in the pulpit. And guess what? I know some other pastors who just be scratching, but y'all ain't heard that from me. How about that? Who's just a little itchy in between.
Oh God.
Hey God.
We have an episode that we are actually going to film called I Love God, But I'm Gay. And I think this is going to not stir some things up, but I think it's going to shake the church up, and it's actually going to have the conversation like our friend Larry Reed. And I'm excited about it because I think it's a necessary conversation, and we want to have somebody that actually works in ministry and is active in ministry that is openly gay. We're going to have somebody that doesn't agree with the lifestyle there. Maybe we can find some type of common ground, see both perspectives. I actually want to have like an actual powwow with a couple of people and just have the conversation because it needs to be had.
What would you want to ask? Like, what's one of the biggest questions you want to know, like about the LGBT community in church? And what do y'all want to know? Like, what do y'all want to know? Because it's not really, do you still consider it like a taboo topic? Because I don't know, like, is it still taboo?
Yeah, because I think for the most part, we know that it's happening, but nobody still ain't said nothing or had a real conversation with somebody that's openly gay. Like, because the thing is, we've known I've seen flamboyant men in my church in churches since I was a little girl. This is nothing that's new. The male choir director has always been known to be a little. Got a little sass in his ass.
This is crazy.
That's what the old saints used to do. Right here, a little.
SpongeBob, that SpongeBob meme when he's in.
But I think because they don't want to lose singers, and I think we need to have.
Wait, because they don't want to lose no singers is crazy.
Well, if everybody came out, some of y'all gonna lose some pastors.
Baby, the church is gonna, I'm telling you right now, the church is gonna be in mourning. Y'all better, the church is gonna be in mourning. Baby, y'all MDs is gonna be a silent church. I promise you that. Y'all better download
church. Because I got a list of MDs that love some D. And that's the thing. The openly gay saints, I don't have no problem with it. Should DL
it's church is still wait, let me see. Somebody talking about he's sweet. Tangela said he's sweet, I know, and I'm weak at that. Churches still feel it's a choice and they can change it if they want. Hell, didn't Ty and Kim Burrell have a song about it? Wait a second. Oh, you know what? Did Ty Tribbett? No, but do y'all remember what Ty Tribbett asked Steve Harvey for his number at the celebration of gospel? Do you remember that? Anybody remember that? Did that happen? Did I make that up? All right, anyway.
Are you absolutely
Sarah said it's only taboo when it's public knowledge when someone is outed, but many powerful leaders are gay. Right. And I don't look at being gay as a choice, but that's a lot to get into.
I do want to ask when we do the show, I do want to ask them, first of all, do you think homosexuality is a sin? I do want to ask them, do they think that you could be born gay?
I want to know that too, because this is the thing. In the passage, in the good book, it says that we all were born with different proclivities, right? Mm-hmm. Born into the world. And so I just want to know how can we really believe? Oh, you know what I want to ask y'all? Let's get out of this LGBTQ for a second and let's get into something else. Do you believe in giants? Giants.
Like the lion?
Yeah, like do you believe in it?
I guess.
It is really like, it bewilders me the amount of people who don't believe in giants but believe in the Bible. Giants. Like people say giants. Not the New York Giants. We know they never win, but like giants.
Like a big person?
Like Jack and the Beat.
I do.
Like no, not like people being like giants, like big people, big, huge people.
Yeah.
Like, do you believe that they existed? Right? Like Bigfoot.
Yeah. There are some giants considered people that, yeah, I get it.
Okay. I like that. So that doesn't have nothing to do with the LGBTQ. I just wanted to know if you believed in it. There we go. All right. That has nothing to do with that. I just want to know. The giants.
I do want to ask the LGBTQ community, like in that perfect world, what would they need to feel more included outside of their gifting in the church environment? And I want to ask them, do they feel offended by the amount of pastors and other men and women in church that are on the DL, and why aren't people coming out? I don't have respect for people that are on the DL.
Why
I don't have respect for it. I don't have respect for, and my thing is, you don't have to have a coming out party. You don't have to make a long post, but you also don't have to marry a woman when your brows are snatched. Like these DL men marrying these women.
Are they microshaded?
Have to yeah. And I really want women to stop marrying these gay men in church just for an image, or just girl and be in a beard. He's gay. He's gay. Somebody, I don't know who that's for. Y'all can screen record this.
Pray it away. That is the biggest myth that has been spread in the church, and it's spreading like wildfire. It's still spreading to this day.
Just like his cheeks.
Bro. That the gay can be prayed away. I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen to your good Judy's, because we know. Listen to us, because we ain't telling you nothing. We don't know.
We ain't telling you no lie. You ever walked in? You just ever walked in on a man you love, bent over, not doing the bending. I say bent over. I say bent over. I say. I mean, on all fours. You ever lived to tell that story? I can tell you.
Baby, I can tell y'all got a little footage. Somebody said it's called hush money. I hate that. They don't be having enough. They don't be having enough.
Yeah, it don't be enough for me.
It don't be enough for me. Y'all gonna have to come. Y'all gonna have to get a good church building fund.
You would have to have a little bit more than Stacey Adams for me to be a beard.
How about that? How about
These niggas low key be having silk presses, and y'all be marrying them, thinking he recovering. He's gay.
Silk press. The DL Dallas musician. Ooh, and thank God I ain't never had me no Dallas musician. What they like over there? What the Dallas?
I still had me the DL Florida one.
Baby, I sure done had me one from King Street. Say yeah. Sarah said, yeah, I can't stand beers like honey. Who is warming your pocket up? Because it sure ain't bad. Guess what? Y'all know what I realized? These ladies who y'all think really is beers is really lesbians. To be honest, you really so yeah, you know who warming their hot.
I went to one church. Let me tell you, I went to one church, not the church called One Church, but I went to a church, and the pastor hugged me so dainty, and the wife dapped me up. I said, "Well, damn."
What's the church?
What's up, my nigga? What's up, bro? And the pastor's like, hey,
why am I a little bit moist by this? Why am I a little bit turned on? What is going on? If your first lady dap me up and I'm a little bit turned on, I'm scared. She got a little testosterone in her voice. It's giving.
That's some scary You walk in the church and the pastor hug you, the pastor slap you up and slap you on the butt. What's up, my guy? Are you nuts?
Y'all. And don't let the woman have on the collar. And I don't want to talk about I'm not saying it's manly, but if you have a collar on and you dap me up, we going on a date after this, clearly. Clearly it's dinner in a movie.
Brush cuts for me and the shortcuts that scare me.
So they be happy to be beers. Happier than I'll ever be.
First of all, if I have an inkling that you're getting bended or you doing the bending.
Ooh, that bending.
When I tell you there has to be an exchange, you got to be giving me something. A lot of these women don't be willing to
feel better. Like, would a Bentley make you like what? Line it up for us. Like, what would make you be okay with
baby? I shouldn't want from nothing. And that's why I said none of these pastors that are DL got enough for me to accept what they got going on.
Y'all need to be having enough members. Like, at least have a mega church first before you walk.
I mean, I can't even preach good enough for me to be a beard.
No. And guess what? Y'all can't shout neither. It's ugly. Your praise is ugly.
And your pants too tight.
They say they love being beards when you mention it though. Oh, Naomi, let me tell you something. Guess what? I know the church you're talking about, and I don't like it. How about that? I know exactly.
Child, the wife dapped me up. I said, "What the heck is this?" I thought
they get mad.
I thought I was like a military soldier.
I thought you was an advocate. I didn't know you was the fragrance of this house. I thought you
were his brother. God dang.
Listen. But this is my thing about people getting offended about, this whole beard thing. If you showing those moose knuckles in those tight britches is insane. But y'all cannot be being beards, and then the man of God break your heart, and now you go out here telling everybody they gay. Mm-hmm. And now when y'all want to get back
and guess what? That's what I'm gonna do. Turn the other cheek, because I don't care.
I don't care. He's gay. Don't talk to me no more.
Go find you another gay man to marry, because sis, I don't care. Because you set up there. You set up there knowing good and well this man like penis.
And I said, y'all, nothing is wrong. We love the LGBTQ community, but what we don't like is the manipulation and trying to pass out that you're one thing and you're not another, and being with a heterosexual woman who wants a relationship and a family. That's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line. You got another question? Wait, somebody said that reminds me of, wait, Desi said that reminds me of the movie with Janet Jackson. That's exactly the movie we talking about. Y'all, if I can find that clip, I will put it on the screen right now. So you doing the
Somebody said, can we discuss different type of ushers, their attitude and also their fashion?
Different type of ushers.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know how to go like to expound on this, but I will try. I guess. Well, you know they always had the junior ushers, right? The junior ushers. Then you have the head usher who never given her spot up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the usher who just take orders from the head usher. Still equally as mean, breath equally as stank.
It depends on the church too, because I imagine apostolic or maybe even a Kojic church, they probably still wear gloves. They probably are more militant versus Pentecostal ushers. They have uniforms here and there on certain days. They're still equally strict, but they're not as militant as certain ones. Then you have non-denominational where you can just volunteer for that bit. You ain't got to be jumping. You can just volunteer. The non-denominational ones, they just wear whatever the church shirt.
We come in our jeans and our t-shirts.
Yeah, they got cookies for you. They don't care. They're nice.
Okay, this question right here. Do y'all think it is hard for women in church to find a straight man that's in church? I know you love this.
He's a hoe. If he's straight, he a hoe. And what I'm learning is some of these musicians be just as gay, y'all. Like they have all the baby mamas in the world, but they secretly be gay.
Very, 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 very. And this, let me say this, y'all.
That's why my boyfriend ain't from the church. I ain't been this happy in the world.
And y'all pray for me because I'm trying to really. I just love me a church man. I love me a man that can kick down booze. You don't be wanting Bernard to shout sometimes.
If he do, he won't have me much longer.
Baby, if I ever see
he get his breakthrough if he wants to, and I'm a break up.
Listen, that's it. But yeah, it has been hard, like because the only options you really have, other than like the musicians.
First of all, Justin just said gay musicians. It's a thing. It's a thing. I wouldn't tell you no lie.
I might tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lie. I might tell you a joke. Tell you a lie.
Ladies, be careful, man. They be having baby mamas, multiple women fighting in the church in a possible tenor.
Okay, so this question.
And quiet as it's kept, a lot of these pastors, some of them be in love with their spiritual sons that be in that musician's pit.
And that's why they really don't want y'all to get pregnant. That's why they really be mad when the girls get pregnant, because they in love with the musicians. And that's what it really is. But y'all don't want to speak on that.
They want to be pregnant.
Yeah, you want to be a baby mama. I see you. You can't.
That's how you're kind.
You ain't gonna pull the wool over my eyes.
That's why you ain't come to my baby shower, because you wanted it to be yours.
You wanted to be wearing a Burberry shirt, didn't you?
I can't even stick my stomach out.
Please, but that's a blessing. These are blessings. Y'all, this stomach that I got on me, I can stand up. Wait.
So where does this leave the single woman who wants to marry a man who loves God? First of all, you need to
the bar. Let's go to the bar. The golf club, country club, American.
Like I honestly don't feel like church is a safe space for women. And I feel like, I'm not saying it's impossible to find a good man in church or but it's also possible to find a good man that loves God, has great principles at a football game. Look at Sierra. Right. Russell was a God-fearing man, and he ain't. And she didn't find him in the pews. Go to live your life as a woman of God. You don't always have to use church as a dating pool.
Yeah, it's plenty of guys who love God who don't even go to church.
And if you look statistically, women outnumber men in church. For every man in church, there's like 13 women who are attracted to him, probably more than that. So you already
yeah.
and a possible bishop. So I would just say get to work and have discernment and make sure that when he finds you, that he's the man of good principle. Like my man isn't necessarily a church going guy, but he has great principles. Like he loves God, he prays and things like that. He may not know all the churchy things, which I'm kind of glad he don't, but go somewhere else. You may find a good man at the airport in a cigar lounge.
Yeah,
Be
that's what
practical.
Lee said, go to the cigar niggas with real money there. Period. I love it. Baby, I
That's why
love
you always gotta be also ready. When you go to the doctor, have you on the little bodyguard.
Listen, when you go to the airport, when y'all go to these schools, when y'all go to these graduation ceremonies, you have you on a nice little butt, a nice little girdie. Ooh, okay, you thick. Period. Let's go. That butt is big.
But the thing is, I think once I stopped using church as every avenue other than what it was, it's not a social club. It's not a social club. It's not a hospital. It's not a dating pool. It's not a gym. The church is supposed to be a corporate space where people who love God come together and celebrate God together. The fact that we've made church replace things that there's a social club for you to go to outside of being in church. That's why a lot of people don't know how to live outside of the four walls, because you made church everything. The restaurant, the God doggone. Come on, your baby showers at church? Really? Your weddings at the come on.
Hey, y'all, let me just say this, and I don't want because we talking, and the problem is not being gay in church. I think the problem that I feel is being down low. It down low, like the problem is not the gays in the church. I think it's the down low people in the church that are bringing such venom to it. Or at least to the topic LGBTQ in general. Your screen keeps getting stuck. Y'all, I always say that. Somebody thinks I'm high. I'm not high, y'all. Promise I'm not high.
Yeah, and that's why I would say, like, just stop replacing. Use church for what it is for. Go there, do what you need to do, shout, butt, kick, and take your butt home. Stop trying to socialize at church. Stop trying to flirt and get a man at church.
Listen, it's not a halfway house. It's supposed to be a hospital. That's really what you're supposed to do there. Go get what you need. And go. What you need is not a man from there. It can't be. It just can't be.
And guess what? If you do find it, because honestly, a lot of the women that found men at church are miserable because guess what? They was already married to somebody else, and they got from a scandal. Imagine getting your man, and he was married to another woman before, and you was sleeping with him, and she left him.
To church.
Ghetto. And that's why when people say church hurt don't exist, people are in the church. That's where I got hurt, sitting in them dang pews, because I relied on unhealthy people to supply healthy atmospheres for me. My unspoken expectation. I expected family reunions and family out of people that I'm just going to church with. Go to church, get what you need, and go home.
It's okay to have surface. I think that's one thing I have learned this year, that surface level relationships are fine. Like surface level relationships are fine. Everything does not have to be so in depth with everybody. That's not going to be your relationship with everybody.
Yep. And Sarah says, our leaders is living life and meeting with other people. Why can't we? Exactly. You surely can. And I think when I was a member of Global Destiny in Atlanta, our bishop was very transparent about that and focusing on maximizing our time here on earth in a certain capacity as a Christian. Don't go get wasted. But yes, as a woman, you can go to a nice lounge, look pretty with your homegirls, have a glass of wine, and talk about business. It's okay to be wealthy and be a Christian and look nice. It's okay to go to football games with your other homeboys. It's okay to casually date and not have to be married and be miserable. Everybody don't want to be married right now. You don't have to be forced to be married because.
And this is the thing, y'all. I'm not about to go list for list, laying on this. Oh, this might be a sin. I might not be able to do this. Oh, is it okay for me to drink a little bit of alcohol? Can I say a little bit of a curse word? Can I have a little bit of envy in my heart? Can I do this or that? This is that. I don't think that's ever this is what this is supposed to be. I don't think that's why. I think we got it wrong, and we are stuck really analyzing the stuff that really doesn't matter. When what we're really supposed to be learning is how to love each other. You know how to do it.
Let me tell you this. I really started living my life when I saw two of y'all favorite pastors at a cigar. I mean, they wasn't talking scripture. They was talking hoes and hookah. Hoes over some hookah. I'm telling y'all, don't y'all miss out on life trying to please a pastor that's living his. Let me tell y'all something. Do not miss out on living life trying to impress and please pastors and other people who are living theirs. No, child, please.
Absolutely. Let's this question. How do y'all feel about praise and worship leaders remixing R&B songs in a worship moment?
I hate it.
I hate it too. I can't lie. I was too scared to say it first, but now that you said you hate it, I also do hate it.
I don't like it. I think Corinne Hawthorne did one of them songs.
She remixed the song?
Yeah, and I didn't like it. I'll tell y'all this. I'll tell you why I don't like it. Gospel music birthed every genre that's out there. From country, from R&B, from folk, blues, rap. It all has to turn around and come right back to gospel. And I feel like when we go and remix certain things, I'll say this. I like certain elements, like what the Clark sisters did with that Stevie Wonder thing and made You Brought the Sunshine. I like what Kirk Franklin does. He does it in a way where it's innovative. But to take the beat of an R&B song and change the words and it's corny, yeah, no.
That's the thing. Okay, let me say, the reason that we hate it, I don't even think it's the reason that y'all might hate it. I don't think it's unethical or anything. I just think it's corny. I just think it's
yeah. I just think it's corny. And it's the way that they're doing it. Because Kirk Franklin remixes a lot of secular stuff. PJ Morton is another one that does it in an innovative way. I just feel like if it's done, it just has to be fly. If not, bye.
It's not gonna be, but this is the thing. Create your own, and you know we hate trap gospel. We hate it.
Oh, yeah.
But if you have to rap, if you must hippity hop, if you have
just don't do it in a worship moment either. Like, I don't want to hear sweet love, sweet love.
Or can explain why his love, it makes me weep. I don't want to hear that. Okay? It's nice for the Sunday service choir, but rain down on me.
I don't want to hear your love is a 1 in a million. Jesus, you're my savior. I don't want to hear your love make me weep.
They said, Desi said, Kurt sing song "Looking for You" as a remix.
Yeah, I'm looking for you. That was fly. It was done in an elegant way.
What sample is it?
I think it's like a Earth, Wind, and Fire sample or something like that. But I think what we sing, I can't do gospel reggae. I'm not sure.
Yo, ooh, let me tell you something. Jonathan Nelson love taking us to the islands, don't he?
Let me say this. I think it depends on what you sample and how you sample it too, because some of this new age gospel, like hip hop and gospel, like R&B pop stuff, it sounds too secular to me, and I don't feel God. I be wanting to twerk to it or have sex to it. That's when I think I have a problem with it. And then when it's corny, like, don't ever remix like Lil Baby or somebody in the middle of worship. Like, I'm not gonna think about God.
No, at all. I'm thinking about the original. Jessica said I'm singing the original. Period.
Yeah.
Oh, they said it's the original is from Looking for You is It's Haven't You Heard by Patricia Rushes.
Nice. Like, I don't want you to sing Dangerously in Love and Worship by Beyonce.
I hate that. How you gonna play There Goes My Baby instrumental while I'm trying to Shabbat? I'm trying to give him the highest praise.
There goes my Jesus.
Ooh, Lord, look.
I
Tristan said, and
And
don't
don't
put little
put
baby.
little baby on your little picture. Clippy clips is so funny to me.
Yeah. Clippy clips is
That's the
insane.
thing. Angela hit it on the nail. She said some of these samples ain't samples. They're just covers with a few words swapped out. That's what I hate. I don't mind some of the samples if you switch it up and we don't really know what it is. But doing a cover, I think that's what Corinne did. She did a cover to one of them songs.
What is the sample of Won't He?
Hold on, no, it's not Won't He Do It. It's something else she did. All she did was change the words, though. Hold on.
I know this running is terrifying. I mean,
hold on.
I need
I'm about to find it.
Jesus, I need my bait, y'all. I need to blow a smoke. Oh, tell me.
She did it recently. Let me see. Y'all, somebody help me with this. I know she did.
Help us, please. We need to know what Corinne did. And we love her too. We do love her, so don't tag her in this.
Yeah. I just want to show y'all the example of what I don't like.
Oh, it says Speak to Me. Sierra says Speak to Me by Corinne.
No, it's not one of her songs. She just did a cover of a song. All she did was change the
words.
Instagram.
Look at her Instagram.
Yeah, she just did like a remix or something. And hold on.
It's all of us trying to super scoop at the same time.
Y'all, what did she do?
Fire? No way. I want Sukiyana to make a gospel track one time for me. Are you kidding me? You want Suki to make a gospel track? I want Suki to make a I Have a Dream speech, because y'all know she loved Martin Luther King. Oh, wait, somebody said, Miss Janae Marie said the Hours and Hours song.
Yes, yes.
Oh, no. Y'all know she didn't. No, 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 she didn't.
Yes, she did. And I hated it. Hold on. Love her, but I was just cringing.
I feel like I'm about to throw up because y'all about to be done. Can you screen record it and send it to the email so I can put it on the screen?
Y'all, hold on, cause I it ain't on.
Oh, the devil that came in here, my vape is through.
Y'all, somebody send it to our. Y'all, where is it?
If y'all can see it and send it to the Good Judy inbox right now, we will be so thankful.
She showed it. Did she delete it, Jesus?
Oh, I hate
that. But yeah, y'all get it. Y'all get the point. But
bless her heart. We love her.
Oh, okay, that was a close one because I thought she was gonna do the Bust It challenge. Ooh, I'm nervous, y'all. Come on now, Corinne.
They be hearing I just put up Corinne on TikTok. She be on TikTok just living her little unsaved life.
I love her, man. I love her.
I do. Like, she just be doing her own thing.
Yeah, I don't know what her Hours and Hours cover is.
Hey, I'm pissed about this, y'all.
I really want y'all to see it.
And I'm pissed I ain't seen it. Because why when you seen it, you ain't sent it to me? Why you ain't have sent it to me when you seen it?
Somebody said, yeah, it was awful.
Yes, I saw that video. Doing that thing on TikTok. Yes.
Okay, I'm about
Caribbean on TikTok, and they be eating her up. The Saints do not give her a break.
Why do you think?
What you snorting at? What you laughing about?
Because you said the Saints don't give her.
They don't. They don't care nothing about stuff. They really don't. I be wanting to come to her rescue too, but I be on the podcast page and they ain't about to eat me up for defending nobody. No. No,
I cannot find it. Okay, hold on. Let me see.
But yeah, oh my God, y'all, this is terrible. Where is the files? Nobody can find this.
I think she deleted it.
No.
Wait, I think it might be.
Oh wait, no. Tangela said she just sent it to our DM. Hold up.
It's on TikTok. Here you go.
I could do this for hours. Sit talk to you for hours. I wanna give you your flowers. All the times you forget. I know it's only you that saved me. It's only you that can change me. Ooh, when people fail, when people go, you're the only one to pull me close. You said that you would never let me go. So now I need the world to know for hours and hours. Oh, you deserve my hours.
I don't hear nothing about God. I'm gonna send it to you, Leah. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
This is just. I'm sending it to y'all to the email. No, because once that beat come on, I get a little wet.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. I get a tad bit.
I don't want to hear champagne showers. I don't want to hear all the times you forgave me. I don't want to hear nothing about that.
I want to hear you've been Lord. You've been so faithful. Hey,
Dorian said you mess with it though.
You mess with it, Dorian. No way you mess with it. You free with it.
Well, I'm gonna put a little baby beat on and rap, gospel rap.
Wait, they talking about come on, Bear. So Corinne is giving Bear. Y'all know that was sexy. Y'all know that was very sexy.
I don't like it. I don't like when anybody do it, and I'm not dragging on her. I don't care if J Moss did it. I don't like it.
J Moss.
Don't take, especially a sexual. That's like taking bump and grind and saying pray and tithe.
Wait, that's fire. I like it. I freak with it today.
I don't see nothing wrong with a little prayer and time. What? I don't see nothing wrong.
No way.
With a little prayer and time. See how corny that is?
It's so corny. It's unbearably corny.
Okay, let me cater to you, because Jesus, this is your day. Do anything for my Lord. Jesus, you blow me away.
That can work on Christmas. That can work on Christmas. What's another song that shouldn't be remixed? What's another
No way. Let me cater to you, because Jesus, this is your day.
My mind's telling me no. It's crazy. But the Lord is telling me yes. Is insane.
But the spirit is. Oh.
Yeah, Shanice is. She lucky. She want to earn. She low-key want. I don't see nothing wrong with a little prayer tie. Yeah, when I love prayer and time.
But what about my Bible talks? My Bible talks, prayer, fasting, and my Bible talks.
I know you lying. But my Bible talk. But it's Bible talk. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus. Judges, Ruth.
Boy, my Bible talks.
Attributes of the Spirit, love, fruit. Prayed up instead of booed up. Oh, I hate that.
Prayed up, booed up. Prayed up, but prayed up.
It can be full up. Hey, I'm at church, huh? I'm full up. Huh? I'm at the church, huh? I'm full up.
It's a good Judy game to turn secular
songs. That's a good idea. Y'all, that's a good idea. We should do that, Shanti. We really should. Now, Dorian, I'm starting to think you like all the remixes because they all ain't.
Yeah, Dorian. It's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. That could go up now. The praises go up and they up and they up and they up.
I tried to get with it. I don't think so.
The praises.
Are you nuts? Bruh,
what about Megan Thee Stallion song?
Dad said, imagine somebody turning Pony by Genuine into a gospel song. I don't know even know how we would start. Come on in, let's do it. Right in the tablet of your heart. Yeah,
all I can think of.
During that remix one, he wanted to download it on TikTok. That's what it is. He done made one.
Dorian, go ahead and send it to us. We know.
Send it to us. We gonna post it on our story tonight. Let's go. Let's turn it up.
Imagine somebody praise and worship and saying,
Imagine it being me. If you're holy, let's praise him. Jesus, my savior. If you're holy, let's praise him. Jesus, my savior.
What about this one?
That's good.
Y'all ready for it?
No, but I'll watch. Go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus, 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 Jesus.
What is that a remix of?
Yada 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 yada. Jesus, 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 Jesus.
Can you imagine having a baddest feet today? I want the church remix, the Big Old Freak. Desi is kind of good. Yeah, that's kind of good. I don't know what we're gonna put there, but we gotta find it.
I wouldn't be mad at Corey Mickey Cardi B collab. Bodak Yellow, I can dance now.
I can dance. Yo, wait, that's church. I can dance now. I'm like, I can dance now. I can dance now. I can dance now. I got money moves.
I love my that would be a good praise break for real, Shanice.
I'm joking, please. Hey Jesus instead of hey daddy. Tangela, you gotta be stopped. Please. People used to love they talking about your balls, Shanice. They talking about your balls.
My balls.
That all me by John Legend. The Saints love remixing. Please.
No, thank you. I don't like that.
No.
No.
I don't like that.
No more remixes. Like changing the word remixes.
A church remix of My Neck, My Back. Oh, y'all know I love that. Y'all know. Let me see how I think. What did y'all think about Selena Johnson's song Believer? Who is that? The lady from R&B Divas? Is it?
I think so.
I don't know why I thought your mom was on that show.
She was supposed to, but she said she'll beat people up. So. My mom liked to fight, so I don't think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, we've been trying to get Shar to come on here. It's Shar for me. All right. Yep, it is. I never heard Selena Johnson. She's a singer? Well, I guess she's on R&B Divas. That's what that means. So call out his name. Just tell him you.
How do y'all really feel about Kanye West? I really want to know because I don't really.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this before we go. Oh, we can leave at 9 because I really do need to go and do things. Hallelujah! What time is it over there?
Excuse me.
I hate when you do that.
5:47.
In those first lady bloody shoes, yeah.
Are you mad?
Come on today, all right?
Yeah.
Write the book. Okay, how do I feel about Kanye West? Y'all ain't gonna like for me to say this. I don't want to sound ridiculous. Y'all, beautiful gowns, great songs, great albums, great shoes, great clothes, great sweatshirts. Great jury, great kids, great catalog, great catalog. Um, great hats, great boots. Yeah, that's about it. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. Y'all think that we do content for a living, but what I really do for a living is troll Kanye West comment section.
I think that I don't like him anymore. And I don't care if he go to the throne of grace himself.
I hate that.
I think at this point, I'm tired of trying to figure it out. I'm tired of extending him grace. And the thing that I can say is Candace Owens, I feel like she didn't start making money until she turned on Black people and became a Black supremacist. There's money in that because people were given to Black people hating on Black people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Kanye is a cool official coon now. He had me fooled when he had me fired.
We got a coon.
I don't give a damn. I mean, I don't care. I don't care if he became an angel himself. He can go.
This is the thing. White people are not going to support Kanye West still yet. They're still not going to support him because
it's like with Candace, they're going to use them until they can't use them anymore, and they're going to throw them away.
Anti-Black is not good enough. You have to not be Black. Okay, you can't just be anti-Black or anti-whatever. You have to not be Black anymore, and you can't do that. I don't care how many shirts.
They'll use you until, but at the end of the day, after they get done using you, they'll still remind you that you're still a nigga to them. Because at the end of the day, I just feel like he sees, even if he believes what he's saying, I feel like he's too far gone in the disrespect. At this point, it's totally disrespectful. It's past trolling. It's past genius. It's past. He's whitewashed, and I think we have to first to take accountability for continuously giving him grace and turning a blind eye and just tapping him on the wrist for the things that he's done. Because honestly, when he started the whole slavery was a choice thing, that was mental illness right there. We should have.
How do we let him come back?
We should have humbled him then, but no, we made his behind a billionaire. So we have to definitely go ahead and chuck it up, take accountability for the monster that we created and that we've enabled over the years. Right. And that, he used church to wean us back in. And
just like Justin Bieber. You gotta watch him. Gotta watch him.
I think white people are over him too. He's attacking Jewish people. So
he's just attacking the Kardashians. White people love them.
Yeah, and the thing is, somebody was just like, that's just how he feel. George Floyd family shouldn't sue him because that's just his opinion. I said, well, I don't.
No, it's not his opinion. He said it was fentanyl, and that wasn't necessarily true. You're trying
that's
to
defamation.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, this DJ was like, well, why don't the family just try to sit down with him? At this point, Kanye is beyond repair. No sit down is gonna make him change. He trolls and attacks his own ex-wife. So what makes you think he gonna care about
the presence of his children right now?
Yeah.
Candace Owens and Kanye West are a terrible combination, and it's because they think that they're geniuses. That's what it is. They think that there's something that
they actually think they're helping. They're not helping anything.
And let me tell you what Candace Owens said. She said, "I don't like where we are right now. I want to go backwards." How far back? You don't like where Black people are now? Where do you want to go? How far back do you want to go? Be specific, because we need to know.
Guess what? She talks like she's not Black. So if we go back, you're gonna be in the fields with us, sis.
With us. We need to know.
Guess what? If we go back, that white husband that you married to, you won't be able to be married to him. So shut up, ignorant. Are you dumb?
Let me try. Drake asked the question: does Kanye West having mixed culture? Y'all, I love when we talk about stuff that's not church. I love this. Does Kanye having mixed culture children have something to do with his teacher choice? I don't. I think it's really them being anti-Black Lives Matter. And let me give y'all a little spill.
Yeah.
They're trying to, I don't think they're trying to debunk the movement that is Black. And this is not defending them at all, because I hate that. I hate everything they stand for right now. But what I think that Kanye West was trying to say is that Black Lives Matter, the company, the organization, right, is not for Black people, and they are misappropriating funds. And if that is the case, so a ton of corporations misappropriate funds. There are a ton of CFOs living in mansions, got 2 houses in LA. You mean to tell me somebody who is doing something to try to uplift the black community cannot have a nice house? Y'all want they tax? Y'all want they tax papers?
But here's the thing: like, I do feel like Black Lives Matter is a corrupt corporation. I feel like they do mishandle money. But even on top of that, politicians do it all the time. Where was all that money when Katrina hit? All these, if we're gonna call out one,
not have clean water.
Exactly. If we're gonna call out one, let's call them all out. GoFundMe is a scam in a hole itself.
Let's start with Adidas. Hell, let's start with the brand that you're standing here with. Let's start with CNN. Let's start with whatever. Fox News.
Let's start with your wife. She a walking scam.
Let's start there.
And then you want to talk about how George Floyd died. Let's talk about how Donda died. He died. If he did have fentanyl, your mom at her old age was trying to get some new titties. So don't do
that. Somebody is dead, and let somebody talk about his mom. That's the thing. Like that, it doesn't go. Like no. Like let's stop. Let's just stop it. Let's just stop it. And I don't know if there's any fix it, but you can't fix somebody who thinks they know everything. Like
exactly. And I'm just he's a total waste, and he's absolutely annoying.
They're Armenian. Oh yeah, they're Armenian. His kid. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're Armenian. Which I don't really. I gotta learn more about that culture also, because I don't want to misspeak on the Armenians either. If we have any in the house tonight. Any Armenians in the house tonight? We got any in the house tonight? What's something else that has been going on in pop culture that we can discuss before hitting 9? We got 6 minutes left.
Nicki Minaj.
Oh yeah, you've been disgusted with her. Let's talk about it.
The disdain that I have for this woman is absolutely, I get sick to my stomach. One, because let me tell y'all this. One thing that I've learned is that money and the most dangerous thing you could give a person is a microphone and a platform. And just because people have celebrity, they have fame, they have fortune, doesn't necessarily erase their bad character flaws. It actually enhances it, because now
they have good things. It doesn't mean they have knowledge or wisdom.
Exactly. And I feel like Nicki Minaj is as delusional as they come. I feel like she's a mean girl who feels so entitled to all of this accolades, all of this special treatment. Granted, the whole Grammy thing, I have mixed feelings about it, but at the end of the day, people have to understand the Grammys is made up of industry peers. So
what Grammy about her not being nominated?
She's mad for over years she hasn't been nominated for a Grammy. Right. She also has to take accountability that you have done some very publicly nasty things to a lot of different artists, especially white artists, from Taylor Swift, from what's her name? Hannah Montana girl, Miley Cyrus.
Right.
Label heads incorrectly. You married a pedophile. A lot of people don't want to be associated with you right now in the industry. Right. That's not saying that you're not talented, but it's also saying that you have to lay in the bed that you've dealt, and you've made a horrible bed for yourself. And your talent isn't going to erase your horrible character over the years. It's just your talent and your accolades kind of made people ignore it for the longest, but now people aren't ignoring it no more. You're not the only one. We got Cardi B, we got Megan, we got Lotto, we got other Doja Cat. There's other female rappers that are better than you.
That's what it is. I think it's
she's so insecure. She's living in this delusion that she was used to dominate. Yeah, you good. I can't hear you. And then the thing is, I feel like a lot of it is karma based on how she treated Lil' Kim. Now she's the OG, she's the old hag, and all these young people like, go sit down.
But the thing is, a lot of them haven't even come to her with that. A lot of them have really looked up to her, and she has like took it amongst herself to create an issue, and not just an issue, a public issue. And y'all, let me tell you, it's two different things between having an issue and a public issue. Because once you involve the public into issue, it turns the issue into a whole error. Like a whole error.
Yeah.
Her brother was also, Nicki Minaj is a prototype of, and not even necessarily a prototype, because child, don't even play. Well, let's not even play Lil Kim like that. She's just a knockoff version, a knockoff.
Yeah.
Her brother was convicted of rape, molestation.
One that don't even think it. She can't even admit that she is a knockoff version of Kim. Like, girl, please.
And y'all, let's talk about it. And I think Shanice, you posted this on Facebook about her fan base. Her fan base, Lord Jesus.
Oh God, the barbs. I can't imagine. Oh God, oh God, oh God.
I'm telling y'all. To be like so invested and like defending, and y'all, let me just say, I hope this don't backfire on us, because y'all, if somebody talking about us on the internet, please cuss them out. Like, please do. But if we really wrong, like if we're wrong, if we wrong, we promise y'all ain't got to. We got it. Like, we got it. I promise you. Okay, so why attack Lotto for being nominated and further discredit her talent by stating she got where she at because she have white?
Exactly. There's no excuse for that. And the thing is, pick your fight with the Grammys yourself. She can never just stand and stuff by herself. She's so used to her fans doing her dirty work. She's so used to her minions doing her dirty work. Girl, Lotto and them don't owe you nothing. Nobody has to fight Grammys because you mad with them. I don't blame Lotto. You brought Lotto name up for no reason. You can fight your case without dragging somebody else's name into it. And then attacking that girl, calling her dad a rapist and all this other stuff. I just don't like Nicki at this point. I'm just over her.
I feel like we need to put a pause. Y'all see how Maverick City paused? I think we actually need to steal some of that from them. Let's steal some of that. Let's put a pause on. Let's take some of their culture and use it at our own. It's only fair.
Yeah.
It's only fair. Let's pause. Let's put a pause on Nicki and Kanye.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
For now, can we put a pause? Bro, we need a pause. That's all. We just need a pause. That's it. We don't want, I don't know if we want them. It's not like we don't never want to see them again, because we want to welcome them back when they're ready. Right? Yeah. When they're ready. But yeah, we need a pause. Okay, it's 8:59. Any final thoughts you got?
Huh?
Any final thoughts? It's 9:00 over our way.
We love you guys. Look it out with us. We're actually in preparation mode for season 1, part 2. So the rest of our season, and we're actually gonna move forward. Y'all, I'm literally not gonna give y'all no hints because we want y'all to be so surprised. But we have some next Tuesday. We're gonna be here with some special guests. We're actually gonna do the post a flyer either today tomorrow or Friday. Right. Or Thursday. But look forward to more. I'll just say this. Our podcast, y'all still will see us keep our same type of structure, but we kind of want to move to being more journalistic and being like the Gospel Breakfast Club, to where we interview artists and build our brand to being the top gospel or Christian platform for artists and people to come through. That's everybody wants to watch, everybody wants to see, artists wants to come interview with us when they do album rollouts. So we can come by too. We love it. Yeah. So just keep us prayed up. We're also in the works of doing our Church Girl Love brunch. We also are in need of an EPK media person. So if you know anybody that can put together a media package for us, because we want to start coming to churches and doing live podcasts, live meet and greets and stuff like that. So if your church has a youth, or not even just a youth, but has platforms that can book us to come, we'll do hostings, we'll do red carpet events, we'll come and have certain, live podcast things. We want to meet y'all. We really want to meet y'all and see y'all and be able to touch. Y'all can feel our hearts and our energy. Y'all support us so much. We really want to be able to meet y'all. Like, we really do. So we appreciate y'all, everybody. Yes, everybody, YouTube, y'all hit like and share. Thank y'all so much. If y'all stayed this whole time, y'all, thank y'all. It's been real. We laughed, we cried. Jesus. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Until next time, saints, may the Lord watch between me and thee. Can we just say why one of our Judy's, wait, where is this comment? Because one of our Judy said they got a crush on Carlton Pearson.
And before I exit, wait, leave. Leave. That's us all, friend. That's us all. Okay, we're gonna leave on that note. We love y'all.
Bye, y'all.